What's up, guys?
Hey everybody, how's it going tonight?
Good.
Good. Yourself?
Good.
Doing really good. Just wanted to have a little bit of fun tonight. I know there's not too much to talk about, but I figure we could still have some fun. I know everybody's got a little bit of a sense of humor here on the panel, and if you know a good dad joke or Chuck Norris joke, or if you know something maybe interesting about a different NFL team or something fun to talk about tonight, let's go ahead and hear it. I today was at work, and I know this is a little off subject, but first thing that happened to me is hey Bryant, can you go in this apartment? They've had a water leak. And I'm like, they've had a water leak? Like, when did they have a water leak? Oh, they reported it at like 5 o'clock this morning. I'm like, oh, that's great. So I go in and it's a hot water line. So I got to cut open a ceiling this morning and waited for a plumber, got it fixed. And hopefully I'll be able to put the ceiling up maybe Thursday if everything dries. So having a lot of fun. How was your guys' day?
Not too bad. I couldn't find the can opener, and I had to open up a can in a funny way. It was real jagged, so I tried to fix it so no one would get cut, with it, and then I cut myself trying to fix it.
I did that with a steak knife in the woods one time, so we forgot a can opener.
Oh.
Well, today, found out my x-rays came back on my shoulder, and they said I had a torn cartilage.
Mm-hmm.
But they said they're going to try, first we were thinking of surgery, but then they said they're going to try physical therapy first. If that don't heal and work, then they go to surgery.
Man.
Well, at least you're getting it figured out.
Yeah. Well, last night I had a hard time. I got in bed and went to go try to pull the covers over me. Couldn't do it, so I said I'll just go sleep on top of the cover or something. I guess can't get it. And I woke up and I went to go pull the cover back, trying to get the cover from under me. My arm went behind my back, and I couldn't pull it up.
Oh, no.
Back in front of me. So I had to call my brother to come help me put my arm back in place.
I was trying to pull my covers up the other night, and, my rib hurt. And I was like, no, that's as far as it goes. Yep, that's good enough. I ain't tried anything, or it sucks.
You kidding? No, I was actually I was washing my arms off at work because I got coated in grease at one point. I was looking at the back of my arm like, where did that bruise come from? It's pretty big. I'm looking like, how did I even get that? I don't remember this. And then today I'm in my kitchen and I run into my fridge door and hit it. I'm going, I think I know how I got that.
Dude, so go ahead.
Oh, one night I went to bed and I sleep on my side. So my shoulder was killing me. I was like, dude, what did I run into? Right? So I get up and I'm like, I'm going to check this out. I feel on my back. There's a zit there. I thought I had a huge bruise on it. No, it's just a badass zit. I popped that sucker, went to bed.
My wife always asks, so I come home, my job, I'm a mechanic. So I come home and all the time with just cuts all over my hands. My wife's like, what's that from? I'm like, I have no idea. Something I was working on today.
Well, I had a dream last night, or a nightmare, almost really. After my brother helped me, I went back to sleep, and all of a sudden, it felt like somebody was grabbing my left arm, trying to pull it back, and I'm like, I almost screamed, woke up screaming in my dreams, like, Kurt, calling my brother.
Were you having a dream?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It felt so real. Feel like somebody was there pulling on my arm.
I was actually just last week. I had a dream that I was bowling. It's weird. It's weird, but what woke me up is I was actually doing the toss motion with my right arm.
Oh,
I was like, I woke up. I was like, eh.
I do the put the foot down. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're stopping somewhere or something like that, I do that, and I'll do that in the middle. It wakes me up, and I'm like, oh shit. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm notorious for, is putting the foot down. Like whether I'm taking a step into somewhere, or I'm about to trip or fall or something like that, I put the foot down, and then I'm awake. I'm like, oh.
I've done that where I thought I was skateboarding in my dream, and I'll like try doing an ollie or something. I'll just wake up kicking like this.
Mine's usually like I'm about to trip or fall in my dream or something like that, and I put my foot out to stop me from falling, and that's what wakes me up. Is I actually put my foot down, or like it's just weird. It's something always to do with like my right foot. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something about right foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever have a dream that you try to call on your phone, but your phone won't work?
No. I had
some-
one. I had one time. It was really weird. This was so real. It was such a realistic dream. I had a dream that my ex sent me a picture of her in these jeans, but it was like just a picture of like, from her waist to her knees, right? But these jeans were like moldy, and she was wearing them, right? And so she wakes me up, and the first thing I tell her is, "Don't send me pictures of your crotch." And she's like, huh? And I said, it was horrible. Like, what do you? She's like, what? And I was like, those moldy ass jeans. She's like, what the hell are you talking about? And I'm like, it sent me. And then I'm like, oh yeah, wow. I realized where I was. And so I had a lot of explaining to do.
All right, so this is like a joke show tonight. We're going all over the topic. It doesn't, have necessarily one way or the other. So, I'm a building maintenance guy, right? And one day I was cleaning the gutters, and this was a couple years ago. And I'm up on top, and I'm blowing everything off with the blower. So I got to climb up on roof. Go up really high on a ladder, and I'm carrying a gas powered blower up on top, and I'm cleaning out the drains and stuff. And obviously the leaves are going off the roof. It's making a big mess down below. So I get down on the ground and I start, raking everything up. Well, one of the tenants come out, and I didn't, sometimes people are a little bit slower than other people, and sometimes people are a little bit more special than others. And, not putting any shade or anything on it, but yeah, I didn't realize it at the time. But he come out and he opened up the door and started yelling at me. And the first thing I seen was a bare naked man. So I stopped right away, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'll get this all cleaned up right away. Right. So he turns around and goes and sits down on his couch. Well, he didn't put the towel back over him or cover up at all. So I just politely reached in and pulled the door shut and told him I make sure I get everything cleaned up, and I went on my day. So if anything weird like that's happened to any of you guys and you want to share, I got a couple stories like that, but we don't have to go like that. And I also have some jokes too, some dad jokes. But that was probably one of the. Well, I have another incident that's very similar to that, but that's a little bit more risky. So we'll keep it clean for right now. But yeah, I got that guy's leaves in front of his house all cleaned up, and he was all happy after that. So.
Wow.
I mean, I kind of felt like a superhero afterwards because he was upset about the leaves, and then I just politely shut his door, because he wasn't caring about the door being open. He didn't, hey, whatever you do inside your house, clothes or no clothes, it's optional, right? But I just felt like it was my responsibility to pull his door shut, and I got the leaves cleaned up, and moved on to another property and kept doing my job. So it's important to have good maintenance. It really is.
This is what happened to me one time at a parent flirting with me. But I didn't feel too comfortable with that parent flirting with me at my job. She come in the room and she go, it was hot outside, but she come in the room, oh, it's hot in here. I'm like, oh, lady, come on now. There's kids right here. Can't be doing that in front of the kids. And then another day, she comes in there. Now, when she came in, she could have bent over right there in front of the door and tie her son's shoe. But she makes it happen. She had them apple bottom jeans.
Uh-oh.
Boots with the
With the
fur.
fur.
And so she made sure she turned her child around like this, turned herself around like this to tie his shoes to where I'm looking at her backside. She didn't see my other teacher sitting over this side. She thought it was just me. I'm going like this. Come here. Well, I told my boss and them, I said, I'm sorry, if this child's a late child, I want somebody, they are going to have to pay somebody else to stay with me. I'm not going to let that staff member go home. We just going to both get overtime if this parent's the only late one. Because I said, I don't feel comfortable with her. They are laughing. I'm like, it's really not funny. I said, if the role was switched, if it was a man or one teacher, y'all react different because I'm a male.
Like, Korey, why didn't you just give her the goods?
Yeah,
No.
that's what I'm wondering.
No, because she had lots of problems too.
You didn't have to marry her, Korey.
Still, it was down.
I want to see the post that she hangs them apple bottom jeans on, sir. Just saying.
It was just crazy. I was so glad when she found a man.
You could call me Uncle Korey, young buck. Don't call me Daddy Korey, but you could call me Uncle Korey. I'm gonna be around a lot.
Her kids was mad. She was an alcoholic, so her kids had alcoholic syndrome.
She was one of them. I know what you're talking about. Just a mess. You know what I mean? Like thinking that she has to do everything a certain way, and it's like you could just sober up and be a person, a normal human being. You know what I mean? Like, thinking she's got to do all this weird stuff to get away around in the world, and it's like, no, you could just, be regular.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me.
Jon Jay.
Hey, Jon Jay.
What up?
David, everybody. We're just having fun tonight. We got a little bit, maybe 49er news. I got a couple dad jokes. If anybody knows a really good Chuck Norris joke, let's hear it. Hey, I got one for you guys.
I'm going to have
Chuck Norris
ChatGPT get us some. What's up?
You know how Chuck Norris turns off the lights?
How?
The lights turn off for him. He doesn't turn off lights. They turn off for him.
That could probably be a little better.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I'll work on delivery on that one. But again, we're not just here to hear my jokes. We're here to hear everybody's jokes. And
So it's just
I won't
story
be just winging it. I'll try to actually. It's not necessarily story time. It's we came together. We were just thinking like it might be fun to tell some like football jokes. If you got a like cool story to tell, let's go ahead and hear it. This isn't necessarily a hangout show. We'll talk a little bit of football, but if we get a little bit off topic, that's okay today too.
I was looking at this video, and I want to see what y'all's perspective is. I can't remember his first name, but he's a defensive lineman named Robinson. I'm trying to think what school it was.
Oh God, I got some horrible jokes coming. Oh, you ready for this? Korey? You finished?
Yeah. Well, I don't know I was trying to see if y'all know the draftee. His last name was Robinson, defensive lineman.
Oh, defensive. No, Robinson. The only one I know, I think, is the quarterback, right? Robinson, or is that Richardson?
It's the idea. I did hear some news that Bryant is going to like the Niners had a private meeting in person in Santa Clara with your favorite quarterback, DTR.
That's kind of cool. That's actually really cool.
I knew
I also
you
seen the
like.
pro day. They're gonna be letting a couple guys come in on the walk on tryout, and there's a local California quarterback. He's gonna go try out.
Mhm.
I want to say it was Fresno State, but I don't think that was right.
Yeah, the Fresno State quarterback. I didn't know that his mother is uh, the local KTVU Channel 2 News. The anchor woman, I forget her name, but she's famous, and I didn't know if her son that was her son. You learn stuff during these draft process.
Yeah, you do. You really do. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to lean on your parents, as long as
Mm.
you remember your parents can lean back on you. I mean, that's what doing the right thing is, right? But all right. So why did the football coach go to the bank? I think I've already told you that one, to get his quarterback.
Get a quarterback.
Yep, get a quarterback.
Get it, I
And then
get
I
it.
don't know if you guys heard the joke the other day, but what's the difference between the Dallas Cowboys and a dollar bill?
No, I didn't hear that one.
They both
You can
cheat.
at least get 4 quarters out of a dollar bill.
That's a good one.
Hmm.
That one's a pretty good one. That one's actually hurtful if you think about it, because Dax.
So I was listening to some of your stories, and I never thought I will ever get to say this. Brian, can I plead the fifth? Because I
Oh
got a
no,
lot of
you can plead
stories.
the fifth.
Yeah, because I got a lot of stories that plead the fifth.
Yeah.
I do have a lot of PG stories,
Yeah,
for those.
if there's anything you want to share that isn't too personal, and if you don't want to say, like this guy named Jon Jay, I know, or you could say, Bob or Bobby Lee, or you can always change names.
You see, I got a great story. The day I met Corey Davis, it was the best moment of my life. He's much taller and he's more famous.
Now,
Right.
now I believe that.
Thank
I
you.
really do believe that.
Thank you, Jon Jay.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys want to hear?
All right, Joe, you got go ahead, John.
Okay. So Corey told a story about when he worked at a school, and I have a true story. I also worked at a school in Millbrae, California, elementary, kindergarten to fifth grade, and every single day, one of
What
the
are we
one of the
talking about?
moms one of the moms who lived like 4 blocks away from the school would always come in a bathrobe for some reason, and I was like, oh, it's just like the movies. And the kid hated it. The kid hated it. She's like, Mom, what are you doing? Well, my friends are gonna make fun of me tomorrow. So because I am who I am, and I love to ask questions, I kind of said, you know what, I should not do this. And I went up to her, hey, I am your son's, counselor here at the after school program. Can I ask you a personal question? She said, go right ahead. You always come in the bathrobe. And all she said was, well, my son's here, at school. Me and my husband are at home. Sometimes, people got to do what they got to do. So
Yeah.
if you catch
All right.
We get you, Jon Jay.
Oh
okay.
yeah. Oh yeah. That was a good
Hey,
one. All right.
yeah,
So how is
Brian.
a football referee? Real quick. Yeah, go, John. Go ahead, Joe.
Oh God, this is running smooth.
Sorry.
No, it's not you. I think there's a delay. I think there's a delay to the point where, like Bryant seems to figure out someone stops talking and starts talking, but somehow it's somebody else is already talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Bryant and Ryan, I sent you a video. It reminded me of your naked guy story. You'll probably get a laugh of. It's on Twitter. So
I am looking for
Well-
football dad jokes, and I'm getting just trash. I found Bryant's list of jokes. Literally, he started at 1.
They're the PG.
There's 120 of them on his list. He's set for a couple weeks, bro. I got you, Bryant. I got you, Bryant. I got you. But these other,
Hey,
man,
don't be telling nobody my secrets like Ted and stuff. You know, he's got his own dad joke.
it's literally the first thing when Googled. He didn't look far.
I got three websites. You know, I bounce back and forth a little bit. But
Yeah, right. In fact, it seems like most of the ones on there are just copies of the other ones. There's real trash. Why was Cinderella such a poor football player?
because she kept running away from the ball.
Her coach was a pumpkin.
Oh, okay.
Brian, that is BS, Brian. You asked that one last time. How do you not remember that?
Well,
He
I
didn't
asked
get
the
it right.
Cinderella one, but it ended with the ball. You know, so
Oh,
he got a spin on it. See, that's why we're here tonight. To, you know, like tell some jokes and stuff. You know,
actually,
and,
if you look, that joke is on that same list of 120, just a little down more. It's like they went to Chat GPT and tried to knock all these out and didn't like proofread them at all.
We got
All right,
some
so-
football news.
You got football news?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear some football news.
Russell Wilson arrived extra early for his first off-season workout.
Of course he did. He tried to brown nose the rest of the team.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to get you guys to talk shit about Russell Wilson with me here. Can't be
Oh,
like-
Well, I was gonna say, did he ride in on a horse, or did he go? You know, like did
Dude.
someone drive him in, or like how?
No,
did he,
I
did he
am
rode in?
wondering if he did wear his own jersey
Oh,
this
man.
year to the first day of practice, like he
Why,
did last.
did-
Yeah, because
He wore
I heard
some-
he walks around too in like the grocery store and stuff, like at Walmart, and he's got his jersey on so people recognize him.
You guys did see that though. He showed up the first day of Broncos practice wearing his own jersey. Yeah.
He was like all in gear too, right? Like I think
No,
it was nice
it
shoulder
was
pads.
like a throwback jersey of his. Like he wasn't even trying to like be that much of a douche. He just did it himself.
If you're gonna wear a jersey to camp, to wherever that's of your team, please be it one of your teammates.
Or retired players, like our players wear large and Kennedy
You know,
jerseys all the
right.
time.
That's cool. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about, hey, I'm paying homage, respect, you know, or I'm shouting out one of the guys on my team who think he's great. You know, I want to be like this man. That's why I bought his jersey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a nod. But it's like, hey, look, I'm literally gonna go wear a version of this out on the field later today. Eh?
Dude, he's such a douche.
Corny.
I just saw that headline and I just thought I had to
When he started ruining people's flight to England, doing his running and stuff like that. Oh, I heard a story today. Who was it? I can't remember what team it was. Who was talking about it? But they said they went to go do a game in London, and they said they got one of the flights where it was like you can lay down and sleep. They got the places to sleep, right, and whatnot. But on the way back, they did a commercial flight because they're like, stay up. You got to stay up, so you know you don't go to bed right now. You know you got to be awake. Because they're trying to like reset their clocks and whatnot, right? Get their clock all right.
Mm-hmm.
So he said somebody lit up a blunt. The stewardess came over and says, sir, you can't smoke that in here. And he goes, oh, my bad. And he puts it out and he walks like 10 seats down, sparks it up again like she didn't ask him to turn it out. And he smoked that thing and no one ever said anything to him. I heard that story today. I was like, that's crazy.
This was recent?
It was
Last season?
Yeah, like I didn't think you could, like, you're talking about a commercial flight, like they've got to have like smoke detectors and stuff on there. Like that seems, I know because you know they relaxed the drug policy on that. That's why it has to be this recently. You know what I mean? You can't just like clam bake your team. You know what I'm saying? When everybody could get popped, and
How about on the flight though? I didn't think you'd be allowed to bring that on the plane.
Bro, to England.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's sparking up on the way back. I remember.
Because I don't think weed's legal in England.
Did you hear Pat McAfee's story?
Yeah, how he ate all the brownies.
Oh man, that is not anything anybody should do. Okay, especially if you're not experienced. You've never eaten 13 brownies. You should never eat 13 brownies. Okay.
For real. If you don't know what somebody put in something, you probably should stay away from it. And if you never tried something before, you don't want to go heavy hitting. Like I know, like a lot of people, like when they're 21, they want to drink 21 beers, right? Well, what happens? You see, before 21 hours is up, that person's like hanging on to the porcelain god. And I don't know what your guys' 21st birthday was, but I know my 21 birthday, I had several beers, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't throw up and I could survive the night. So I nursed my beers, had a lot of fun, and I had learned because prior to that, my dad made sure I knew what it was like to hold on to the toilet. He's like, if you're going to go drinking, you're not going to be stupid. And you're not going to be dumb, and you're not going to go get a DUI because you're going to know, your limit. And, my dad didn't get me drunk on purpose or anything, but before I was 21, he's like, hey, Bryant, here's a beer. And I was like, okay, Dad. And then the next thing I know, my dad told me one of the smartest things not smartest things, but, like one of those things about balance and stuff. So have you ever laid down after you've been drinking and the room's just spinning, right? You take your foot and put it off the side of the bed and put it on the flat, on the ground. Like I think what Ryan was saying earlier, like how he sleeps. But if you put your foot on the ground and you're still in bed laying down, the room stops spinning. Don't believe me? Try it yourself.
It doesn't always work. It doesn't always work.
Usually I just get up and puke once that spin is
Exactly. Once I'm in that zone, I go in there, I take a knee, and I look at the upper side of the under toilet bowl. You know what I mean? Not the down part where the water is. I'm talking about the under part right there, where you might see a little bit of color. And I'm just like, you know what I mean? That's how I get myself right. I'm not trying to, because it's a horrible time to sit there and try and pass that. And you already have enough alcohol in your system at that point. It's trying to reject it. So there's no reason why you should put your body through trying to process all that at that time. Also,
bro, my dad on my 21st birthday was the biggest, just feeding me on my 21st birthday. And then, of course, we go to the bar in Maple Valley, right? The Dutchman. So I think, God, there was probably like 15 people that showed up there just for my birthday. So everybody bought me a drink. And I was like, oh my God, this is rough. I've been drunk at bars before I was 21, but that was something else.
Yep. Shout out to drinking responsibly and having good fun and stuff like that. If you ever just experienced it with somebody, and it's their 21st birthday, please don't be the pusher or the aggressor. Please let everybody else have fun with them, but
don't
be the responsible one. Because remember, that 21-year-old wants to survive, and you love them too, right? So let's have another drink one other day. Let's all drink responsibly and party safely, right?
I am the pusher, Bryant.
And don't drink a whole lot and then think you can go smoke some weed. Just saying, because that gives you the spins that we were just talking about. Like, it doesn't matter. You can have a great tolerance. Like, I have to know if I'm not smoking while I'm drinking, it's either smoking or it's drinking. You can't do one and then try. You can't drink and then try. Too many times I've made that mistake, and it's bad. So don't ever mix those two. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Either.
Yeah, most definitely. Hey, I have mad respect, and I got to give a big shout out to this guy down here. He popped in.
What up, Aaron?
He's not dead. Okay, so if you guys recognize the name and the face, he's still around. I keep
Hey.
poking the bear. I'm trying to get
Sunday
Yogi to
hasn't
come
rolled
out.
around yet. Sundays
Right?
hasn't. Sundays can still, happen. So
Hey, we just got to get the right picnic basket out, and Boo Boo will come out, and Yogi, and we'll have Mr. Ranger.
Hey, boo-boo.
Right?
Hey, boo-boo.
But Aaron, much love and respect for you, and we hope you're doing good, man, and we'd love to hear you. But tonight we're just having jokes. So I have a joke here, real quick. How is football referees like an angry chicken?
Pardon?
Okay, real quick again. How is a football referee like an angry chicken? They both have foul mouths.
Why couldn't the all-star football player listen to music?
He didn't like Smash Mouth. I don't know.
Because he broke all the records.
Oh.
All right. So what did the receiver say to the football?
I'll catch you later.
Is that the punchline?
It's totally the punchline.
Yeah.
Jon.
Boy, I'm
Where
sitting
did
there talking
quarterbacks
to
go
y'all.
to dance?
What's up, Korey?
First, I was sitting there talking, and I didn't realize I was muted. I'm like, why is Bryant everybody ignoring me? I keep on trying to ask
Because you
questions.
don't matter.
Everybody's talking over me. And I said, oh, I'm muted. That's why nobody can hear me.
What were you saying, Corey?
I had a question. I said, why is everybody tripping off Trey Lance's hair?
Oh.
I'm looking at all these videos and all this talk about Trey Lance's hair.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
You know why. There's nothing going on. It's literally the only news. I was supposed to do a show today, and one of my co-hosts was pretty much I'm gonna watch the Lakers game. My other co-host was you want to just postpone it to the next week? And I'm thinking what am I really gonna push you to come on a show for to talk about today? You know what I mean? It's nothing.
Also, Trey Lance used to wear a headband, and I don't know if that's the reason why. I personally don't care. I don't know why people are making a big deal.
Well, it's just really funny. I mean, the guy's 20 years old, and he was already having a receding hairline. Regardless if he had a hairband or whatever, then he goes to 21 years old because we drafted him when he was 20. And then, so maybe it is something about pulling the helmet off and the hairband and stuff like that. But when you go from Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy GQ to Rogaine for men, that's where people are making fun of him,
Also, there's nothing wrong with people who are bald. I don't know why people give them a hard time. Maybe it's just me, or maybe people are just a-holes.
What? What? I don't think.
I like to joke. I like to joke and tell bald is beautiful. If you've never been bald, you don't know how it feels. I've been bald, and my wife doesn't like it, but you know what? I like it, and but it doesn't matter what you like, right? Because it's what people look at you and like, right? So if they don't like your face, so that's why I have hair, because my wife didn't like seeing me bald.
I got a joke for you.
All right.
If you have a car containing a Cowboys running back, a Cowboys linebacker, and a Dallas Cowboys defensive back, who's driving the vehicle?
Jerry Jones.
The cop.
Oh, that's good.
You want to hear the Seahawks one? This one was stupid. Why are so many Seattle Seahawks players claiming to have the swine flu?
I don't know.
So they don't have to touch the pigskin.
Damn it,
Makes no
Ryan! I haven't
sense.
read that far up yet.
I don't think you got this one. This is like way down. You said you got 3. I at least went 5 articles deep on the page, search page. So this ain't yours.
Where is the safest place on the Raiders playing field?
On where?
On the Raiders playing field.
Probably the Raiders end zone.
Yes, because they never see it.
You're never gonna be there.
Yeah.
That's true.
Might as well just have a concession stand right there. You know what I'm saying?
Because the Raiders are trash.
Just switch it every quarter. You know what I'm saying? Have people out in the end zone, just chilling, watching the game from down on the other side,
Oh,
so,
man.
eating hot dogs and shit.
Bryant, why is Tommy mad at you?
Oh, this is your
Oh,
lava
Tommy
lamps one. This is your look. It's got that stupid. How many San Francisco 49ers fans does it take to change? None. Lava lamps don't burn out, man.
Mm.
Oh man.
It's all about delivery. It's all about delivery. But no, there's a lot of good jokes out there if you guys look for them. But sometimes they replace it and they'll change the team or something like that.
Hey,
really quickly,
what
one I
do you-
can think of off the top of my head. What did the Minnesota Vikings do after they won the Super Bowl?
They've never won one.
They never won.
They turn off the PlayStation 4.
Oh, that's a good one.
What do you call a drug ring in Baltimore?
Baltimore.
A huddle.
Oh,
I was like, what? This is like, damn, son. Somebody is like, Jesus.
This is more of a meme. Have you guys seen that?
Oh, what's the difference between the New York Jets and a dollar bill?
I know.
You can get 4 quarters out of them.
You could get 4 quarters out of a dollar bill.
We already saw that one.
Yeah, sometimes they just change the name of the team, but still, I mean, good stuff. All right, what do centers wear on their feet?
Hiking boots. Why don't the Chicago Bears have a website?
I haven't read that one.
You can't put together 3 W's.
Oh yeah, I read that one.
Oh, look what the.
I didn't get the center one. The hiking boots, I didn't get that one. I read that one like 3 times and I was like, this is a stupid fucking list. And I was like, I gotta go on to another one. Because it was just bad. Hiking boots.
We get it. He hikes the ball.
Oh, Jesus. It's just an ultimate dad joke.
Mm.
All right, so my beautiful wife down below brought us back to football real quick, and she said, "I don't want to be controversial, but it's going to be funny. A game with the Niners play the Raiders, and Jimmy G is starting. How many picks can we get on him?" Well, I don't know if we're going to be playing them, because I don't know if preseason we might be playing them, but I know we're going to be practicing against them. So if anybody wants to go round robin real quick and give us like a above or under, is Jimmy going to throw 5 interceptions in practice or like under?
I'd say a realistic one is 1.5 over under. Honestly. Right?
Oh no. I'd
I think
say
you could throw 4 in a preseason game, or
I'd say a better one is. Are you talking about just Fred Warner in a practice?
Anybody on the team. You want
Okay,
to
I'd say a better number would be 3, over and under 3.
Jimmy G throwing picks too.
Yes, and it's probably all to linebackers.
That's what you were saying.
Here's another question: how many receptions on the defensive side will Fred Warner have when Jimmy throws the ball to him?
What happened? Did Tony not do a live stream? Your wife?
No, she hasn't done a short yet. She's getting ready to. And if you guys want me, I'll break the news a little bit. She's gonna do one on, I think, George Kittle. So she's gonna drop a short little clip about George Kittle. And as
Well, I saw-
me and her get a little bit more and more advanced in this stuff like that, we'll start learning how to have like some kind of photo behind it. But right now she likes to give a little, 2 minute or the first
I
one was
like how
6
she writes it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sounds like she writes it out. She does it well. She's prepared. That's why I was
Sound
like,
professional.
bro, you just need a nice clip, some highlight reel behind that. And I mean, that's a 10 out of 10 video right there, bro.
Thank you. And I'm
Hey.
super proud of her too. So
Yeah.
what's really fun about me and my wife, I've known my wife since she was 12, I think. I started going over to her house, and my parents were friends with her parents, and parents do things that parents do. They're hanging out, having fun, and she had a younger brother at the time, and I have several younger brothers, and they go outside and play. Well, I'm sitting there just watching Cartoon Network because at my house I don't have Cartoon Network. I don't have cable. I'm just sitting there, and the next thing I know, I look over on the couch, and she's sitting there too. So I'm like, all right. So I've spent many, many hours sitting on the couch next to her. Yeah, in my childhood, just watching cartoons, and like sitting there playing with her, having fun. And at first, her dad didn't let us play with the PlayStation very often. Well, then the kids would go outside, and we started getting to play with the PlayStation. Well, sooner or later, we got older, and the PlayStation got boring. So that's my joke there. But
So you met her when she was 12?
yes, I believe so. I've known her. I think I went to her 12th birthday party. So I think I knew her when she was 11. My parents and her parents, her uncles, been friends for a long time. Her cousins, big friends of mine. I'd like to get their cousins on one time, but sometimes their schedules are hard to get here. But one day when I can get Hardy on, shout out to her cousin Hardy. The guys, man, you know when you look at somebody and it doesn't matter like how your day is, you see somebody and it just changes your whole mood. I mean, the guy's got like electricity, just with a smile, So I was joking around and I was telling everybody, I said, if my boy Murphy is born on the 3rd, he's already born. He was born on the 15th, but I was telling everybody if he was born on the 3rd, I'm naming him Hardy. And I got a couple of strange turns and head looks, and they said, "Why? Why?" Well, first off, Hardy is born on the 3rd of March, so he'd be the 3rd, 3-3. And you guys know I like 3, so that's my jersey number. But with him, it was just I got my aunt looked at me and said, "Why would you name him Hardy?" And I said, "Because that's a beautiful name. I mean, what else can I say, right?" So she kind of lost it at that point and just started giggling. But we had a bad name already, and that was only if in case he was born on the 3rd. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like, if my daughter would have been born on Wednesday, she would have been named Wednesday. It's just one of those things, because she was supposed to be born in October, and it's one of those things. If she's born on Halloween on Wednesday, we were going to name her something fun like that. But we named her Lily. And if you guys have ever seen the TV show, The Munsters, Lily's in The Munsters. So we still tried to keep it something kind of cool because, we're just having fun. But I kept giving her mom a hard time too. I was like, "Oh, she's gonna be born on Wednesday. She's coming early." Her mom made sure she didn't come early.
I think Rob Zombie's redoing the Monsters or redid the Monsters. I don't know if you saw that.
The last time I seen anything with Rob Zombie, it was that Texas Chainsaw thing, and where they were running through with the bunny costume or something like that. That was the last time I really paid attention to him.
Oh.
That was probably like 20 years ago, probably. But
He's made a bunch of movies. I like Rob Zombie.
What is it today, Kia? Am I coming either too?
All right, so I got another joke for everybody.
Huh?
The guy go
What kind
downstairs?
of tea do football players drink?
No, it was me.
Oh, okay.
Kurt,
Mhm.
can you take this in the kitchen
Korey.
for me?
Mute yourself.
What you doing? Corey,
Huh?
what you doing downstairs?
There we go.
All right. So, what kind of tea do football players drink?
Jerry Rice tea. I don't know.
Penalty.
What? Penalty. Oh my.
Penalty.
Penalty.
Hey, Bryant.
What do football players become when they go blind?
Oh, I know this one.
Referees. Good for you.
Oh.
You kidding?
Damn.
That was the joke.
Chuck Norris. Hold on. Chuck Norris is so fat he can run around the world and punch himself in the back of the head.
David.
This might be a bit controversial. I'm not a big Chuck
Oh.
Norris guy.
What?
Yeah. He talked shit about Bruce Lee right after he died. So once I found that out, I've always kind of looked down on him since then.
I don't know. I got a small, heart, big soft spot for him because my dad, he said, your uncle looks like Chuck Norris. And I'm like, okay, well, I never met my uncle, at least the one you're talking about. And he'd always say, your Uncle Brent looks like Chuck Norris. And after a while, I'm like, okay. And I've seen some pictures and, I wear glasses too. So that helps. But I'm like, yeah, maybe he looks a little bit like Chuck Norris. Shout out Walker, Texas Ranger.
Mm.
And,
Which one? Walker or Texas Ranger?
Yep.
Which one?
That was my show, man.
Which Ricky Bobby's child are you talking about?
If we'd have made pussies, we'd have named him Dr. Quinn and Medicine Woman.
Oh my God.
I fucking love that shit. Fuck. Oh.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bryant.
I love Chuck Norris. I'm sorry, Joe. I love Chuck Norris.
Oh, you're good.
I love
I,
Jackie Chan.
I bought a brand new full box of 1991 football cards, and look, your boys on the back.
Oh my gosh.
How expensive? What was it to buy that?
A gentleman never tells, Jon Jay. A gentleman never tells.
That means it was so much.
Then all you gotta say, I plead the fifth.
Yeah.
I'll just be giving them all away.
He
so.
can't say it live on air because then his woman could go back and figure out how much he spent.
We share the same bank account. I think she knows.
I'm joking.
I picked so I shipped your guys' card, Bryant and Ryan's cards out Monday. I actually stopped and got you guys some extra cards from DJ Sports Cards because I was like, oh shit, I might as well send him something cool too, right? So
Appreciate it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it'll be awesome.
Mm.
Joe's got good taste. Joe's got good taste.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you didn't have to do that. I just like guessing. But we do have
which
Nathan
jersey
down
are you-
here, and if you don't,
Which jersey are you wearing today?
I actually did it because we're on Bryant's channel. I'm rocking a Kobe Bryant.
let's go. Future
Yeah.
49er.
How do you feel about that?
About what?
Kobe Bryant to the Niners.
I still got 4
Maybe a
more
couple
years
years.
left. 3 more years left. I don't know. We'll see. He's good nickel back. So
There would
I
have
would
to
just
be a
love
lot
to
of
see the
things.
exchange. Like the Niners always lose players to the Seahawks, and it would be nice to see some Niners, getting some Seahawk players.
We
If
don't
we're the
want their
better players,
secondary. We don't want guys from their
I
secondary. It's like guys from our defensive line. They don't have success outside of the system for the most part. Not saying everyone's bad, but let's just not bank on any one of them doing good. So let's not do it.
So I'm like super weird. And I was watching the AFC Championship game from 1983 the other night. And did you know that Ricky Waters played for the Seahawks in 1983?
I remember him being in a blue jersey with 32.
Yeah, but not that old. 83, it was like maybe I lied. It was a different guy. That his last name looked like Waters. So yeah, I lied because I thought I remembered him playing for us in the late 90s.
That's what I was thinking too. Like I just remember him in that jersey. I just don't remember which jersey or when it was. But when you said like 80 something, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Because
that's
those were
why
a total different jersey. That's like a Boz jersey.
Well, we didn't switch to our super ugly ones until 02. But yeah, no, it was God, I wonder who it was now though, because I was looking at it and I was like, I was like, dude, 83. I remember him playing for us in like 1999.
Do you like your guys' neon green ones?
Hate him.
So who did you say? I'm sorry, I stepped away for a second.
It's fine.
You said Ricky
Retract
Waters?
it. Just don't even listen. No, it's fine. His name
Wait,
was
did you
Cullen
say-
Bryant.
Was it Ricky Waters you said was on
No.
a different team?
He said, "Forget about it, Bryant.
Yeah, forget about
Don't
it.
worry."
I look like
We've
a
already-
douchebag, Brian. It's
Yeah.
I was listening, but I was like, I gotta go
Way
back.
to make your guests look like an ass.
yeah, thanks. You never just let me have one.
He just sent you a whole bunch of football cards and even got you some extra ones, and then you're over
Oh my
here
gosh, yeah,
crucifying him on your
I'll make
channel.
sure I send
You know what I
that,
mean?
Joey. Yeah.
No, dude, I was watching.
All right, Corey, you got a hot
thought
take for us?
who? Me?
Corey.
Huh?
Corey. You
Yes.
got a hot take for us? I want to hear it.
Where's Anna?
Let me see.
Do you think the Niners will go ahead?
Trey Lance take us all the way to the Super Bowl and win it.
See, I don't know if that's a hot take or if that's just something that just sounds really, really nice.
I got a hot take for you guys. This is.
But I'm for it, Corey.
I'll show you guys how to do it. It's you say something like, "Hey, listen, Nick Bosa is going to break the single season sack record next year, and Trey Lance is going to come into training camp bald." That's a hot take.
Oh,
What do you think?
hey, man, that would be
Ooh,
one
I got
hell
a
of a
hot take.
parlay.
Yeah.
I got a hot take here.
That's a hell of a parlay.
Hufunga will get a like a endorsement from like Head and Shoulders, and Trey
I
Lance
think
will
that's-
get the same year. Trey Lance will get an endorsement from Rogaine.
That's good. That's a dad joke, kind of. That's a good joke.
That's probably the hottest take Brian's ever been close on. You know what I'm saying? That's probably like once I seen Hufunga in the league, and after his play last year, I'm like, how is he not get a Head and Shoulders, commercial? How are they, how has Head and Shoulders not reached out to Troy, been like, hey Troy, you want to do a commercial with Talanoa? You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that not a thing?
I have a hot take.
Go ahead.
The Rams are going to sweep the Seahawks.
Yeah, that's a hot take. But
That's
probably not.
it's a lukewarm take. A very tepid glass of water take. I don't know. I don't think that happening. They are. Oh man, they're in trouble. And the Seahawks defense is probably the best thing the Seahawks have going for them.
And
I think the only chance the Rams have would be on offense, and I think they wouldn't be able to stand up to the Seahawks defense.
No, if we are as good as we are on paper, we're going to be a problem.
All right, so like the Cardinals are the oldest NFL team, right? Like
They've
maybe
never
by
won a Super
default
Bowl.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So do you see the Cardinals winning a Super Bowl, or do you see the Lions winning a Super Bowl first?
Lions.
Barely.
Lions, huh?
Barely. They'll meet in the NFC Championship one year.
Oh, boy.
Again, we're picking which dumpster fire we want to jump into. I think I honestly think that the Cardinals that they got their head coach after Sean Payton and DeMeco Ryans both said nah. The Lions actually have a good head coach and are building something. I could see them winning it sometime, but not soon. The Cardinals, their ownership, they'll never win one.
Have you guys seen?
So I'm jumping in. I'm jumping into the dumpster fire. That's the Lions. Yep.
Have you guys
Shout
seen how
out
much?
Don Bird.
Detroit versus everyone.
Yep.
How's him and his wife jet skiing? They still together?
I remember one time, I don't know if you saw this, Brian, because Don Bird loves to troll on Rumbo stream. And
Yeah.
apparently, Don Bird was accusing 49er fans being lonely men who had no lives. And then someone, challenged them. And then Don Bird had the nerve to say, I have 2 wives. I said, that's bullshit.
He could be Jack Mormon, I mean, I don't condone it, but there's people out there that, supposedly have more than one wife. And, hey, if you can support it, and you can take care of everything, then more power to you. I'm not going to live that life. I think that's kind of like you just said too, John. Bullshit. If you're gonna be one person's, husband or wife, you should be one person's husband or wife.
Cliff Kingsbury just got a job.
No way.
Yeah, he's with the Cardinals.
No, USC.
USC.
He's the senior offensive analyst.
Yeah, I don't know why I said the Cardinals.
He's not even like a coach.
Bro, that guy failed in college. He got fired in college, got hired in the NFL, got fired in the NFL.
He failed upwards.
Yeah.
See, that's how you know the Cardinals are such a trash organization. They're like, yeah, let's go with this guy. He had Patrick Mahomes and couldn't win.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's a genius.
I know, I remember the NFL media was like kissing, but he had Patrick Mahomes. He discovered Patrick Mahomes. First of all, Andy Reid is a good coach, and he and again, I don't want to, be disrespectful to Chiefs fans, but you guys had a good team. Just Alex Smith could not, win games in the playoffs, and so you put a good quarterback on a good team, and you're gonna have the success.
Yeah.
And that's all the Niners need. Once we get that quarterback, we'll finally get over that hump.
Didn't even need it last year, though.
I mean, I guess we did and we didn't, right? Because could you say, okay, so I guess that's a good topic right there. Like, if we had a different quarterback besides Brock Purdy in the NFC Championship game, would we have went on to win the Super Bowl, or would we have went on to win that game? I mean, it's kind of hard to say if someone else isn't going to get hurt at that same moment. So, like hypothetically saying, if we had Aaron Rodgers, would he been able to throw the ball faster? Would he have noticed the blitz? Was it Brock Purdy's like rookie mistake that he didn't step up? Or I mean, like, what are you guys' thoughts?
That was just a freak injury, right? Right? Am I wrong? I mean,
I kind of think it was like a freak injury. It's like kind of like, what was it, Kyle Ripken, who threw the ball and it exploded the pigeon or whatever? Like, how many times is that going to ever happen again, right?
That was Randy Johnson, baby.
Randy Johnson? Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out Randy Johnson. Sorry. But,
sorry, Mariners fans.
Yeah, I mean, like, sorry, Bird,
I saw something about Randy Johnson today. I guess somebody hit 4 home runs off of Randy Johnson in his career, right? And Randy, like, has sons next to him, and this guy walks past him. He's like, hey, tells his son, this guy hit 4 home runs off of me. And he's like, how'd you do it? I don't understand. And he's like, Randy, throw your splitter. And he's like this, and his glove's kind of wide. And he's like, okay, now go to throw your fastball. And it's like this, and his glove's like pinched like this. And he goes, oh, it was hilarious. He's like, he had somebody take a picture with him, and then he showed him.
That's my
couldn't believe he was tipping. And the guy was like, but Randy, I still had to hit that thing going 99 miles an hour. Don't act like it was like, like it was mailed and delivered to me. You know what I'm saying? I still had to hit that damn thing.
Yep. I know, like
Randy was amazing.
I know, like for those who never played baseball, like if you can't hit the fastball, bye-bye, that's not your sport. But a good hitter knows how to hit the changeup, the slider, the curveball, all those. But if you can't hit the fastball, because the fastball is the most easiest pitch to throw, and basically it's just fast. It just goes over the plate very quickly. So it's basically like throwing a ball straight to a batter, and the batter just waits patiently, times it, and hits the ball. Yeah. That's the first thing.
So I just heard Chuck Norris breathes air 5 times a week.
Why?
That's what he does. It
I
says right
heard
here.
Bruce Willis breathes
He,
air
he,
4 times a week. Go ahead, Bryant. Sorry.
All right. So Chuck Norris has a mug of nails instead of coffee in the morning.
Yes, a bucks of what?
So Chuck Norris, he drinks a cup of coffee, right? But he doesn't drink a cup of coffee. He drinks he drinks a mug of nails instead of coffee in the morning.
Oh, okay. I get the joke. Yeah.
I got to deliver a little bit better. Got to be a
Yeah.
little clearer. I
Wanna do a
get all
pack?
excited. Let's do a pack.
All right, open it in front of you guys. It's been sealed since 1991 this time, so it's 91.
It's got that old cardboard smell.
Yeah, that was that old cardboard smell right there. All right, who's everybody going with?
See, who would have came in the league? It would be 1990, right? 91?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 91.
Okay, I'm gonna take a easy. I'm gonna cheat. I don't know if it's cheating.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Jim Kelly.
That's not cheating.
He only came in like the last 4 packs.
I'm pretty sure I sent you a few. No, I sent Ryan like freaking 5 Jim Kelly cards. Maybe I sent you one, Bryant. I'm not sure. Nathan Z is going with Dan Marino.
That's a good one right there.
I'm gonna go Brian Blades.
I go
Korey?
with I'm going with T.O.
I don't. It was 91.
Oh, 91. What players was it? 91.
Looks like the late Montana to Rice, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, Montana
Rice.
was. Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to Jerry Rice.
Jon Jay, Dave McNiner.
All right, I'm gonna go. Go ahead, David.
This is kind of. I mean that's an interesting time. Andy Reid or Andre Reid, the wide receiver,
Okay.
I believe.
For the Bills.
Yeah, why not?
I'm going Derek Thomas.
Oh. How about you, Jon Jay?
Let's see. I got 2 players. Unfortunately, I'm going to go with the obvious Junior Seau.
Okay.
In
Everybody in the
1990,
chat, all good? Tony, don't want to guess?
Yeah.
no, she's doing mommy duty right now. I don't know
Or
if
it
you
could be
hear her in the
91
background.
also, because it could be rookie class, but
Yeah. Bebop's going Barry Sanders.
see, that was the other one. It was either going to be Barry Sanders or Derek Thomas, and I took Derek Thomas.
All right, you guys all ready for this? We have the Lions punter. Don't think
I called him.
You did.
What's his name again?
You called him.
What is it? What?
DT.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yeah, let's make sure nobody else got anything. If somebody else did,
Yeah.
I'll give them the second pack.
Yeah.
Brown, Dennis Gentry, Ricky Natiel, Gary Clark. We had 2 of the same punter from Detroit in the same pack. So Fred Marion, Marcus Allen,
Ooh.
Ricky Sanders, Robert Blackman, and Randall Cunningham. So that's another win for Ryan.
Ooh.
Right
Randall
there.
Cunningham. I kept Derek fucking Thomas, baby. Woo! That's crazy.
Good guess. Good guess.
Bro, it was
You
so
guys know-
sad when he died.
Yeah, I know it.
Such a
Did you guys
beast.
know Chuck Norris could speak Braille?
So can I.
Why? How would we be able to feel that with his skin being so strong and tough?
So I don't know. Have any of you driven like an early 2000s Ford ever?
Yeah.
Like a 2000 Ford, what?
Like
Yes.
early 2000s Ford. Basically anything.
Yes.
All the steering wheels under the horn logo, it says horn in Braille.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh wow, I've never noticed that.
But why would a blind person be driving their cars down the road?
Right.
That's kind
Right.
of what.
That is
Yeah.
true.
No disrespect to the blind community at
No.
all, but
No.
I think it's pretty illegal. So
Unless it's like a self-driving car, you know what I'm saying? Then there should be Braille all over it because
Yeah.
they need to be able to enjoy things too. But as long as you need your vision, you know what I'm saying, to perform those actions safely, maybe we shouldn't worry about that.
Nathan,
Or maybe-
has a Ford Exploder.
Maybe it's to let maybe even a passenger be able to know where it is if they need a signal for help.
Mhm. Have you guys ever heard of the Oldsmobile car?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was the first car I learned how to drive. When I got my license, Oldsmobile.
First car I ever owned was a Dodge Omni. It was a 1981 Dodge Omni. And I had to like lean in. Like, this is when I was skinny too. I was just so damn tall. I'd have to lean in from the side to get in. And then when I'd shut the door, my leg was jammed between the steering wheel and the door. Like, I couldn't move my leg up. It was really bad.
Bro, my first car I got when I was 12. It was a 72 Dodge Dart, and I had to rebuild the engine in it because I had a rod knock, just the lower end. And then I had it running by the time I was 13, so I still had to wait 3 years. Well, 2 years to actually drive it.
Hey, so I think Ryan, a Dodge Omni, and I think a Volkswagen Rabbit have the same motor.
They look very similar. I don't know if they have the same motor, but they look very similar.
I don't know why they share.
It's
That's pretty
it's a
cool.
little bit before the merger.
Mhm.
It's a little bit before the merger.
my first car was a 1984 Buick Skylark.
Oh, there you
wow.
go.
Badass.
It was
square body.
so comfortable. The seats were like sitting on couches.
My mom had
You
one.
could hit a pothole and it was like, was there something there?
My grandparents bought one, and then my mom needed a car. My grandpa's like, "Come here." He's like, "You need to get yourself one of these." And my mom got one, and I was like, they don't look anything, but man, it's a nice, comfortable ride, bro.
My
So,
second one was a 1989 Ford Ranger. Those things are a lot tougher than people give them credit for. I'll say that. I
Dude,
beat the
red
living
Ford
crap out
Rangers.
of that thing.
Red Ford Rangers are one of the most bulletproof things out there. other than those, what is it? The Toyota trucks, the Toyotas with the, what is it, that bulletproof engine where you just have to make sure oil's in it and it'll run forever.
22R, yeah.
Yeah, the 22Rs. They even got you can even get the motorhome edition. I think it's like a Dolphin or something.
Mm-hmm.
They call it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Dolphin. My friend had a Dolphin.
So I'm a little bit.
I don't know much about cars.
Hold
I have a hot
on.
take.
All right. Hold on. Corey's hot take. Hit it, Corey.
I have a hot take. David McNiner thinks the Rams going to the Super Bowl.
Whoa. Hold on.
David, we need to talk about this. David,
I am not on what Aaron Rodgers takes. I'm not.
Don't be backpedaling now. Don't be backpedaling now. We got you.
But dude, here comes the story. The third car, the bad luck car. It was a 1995 Nissan Sentra. Yeah, it was reliable. The thing went forever. But I got in 8 accidents in that car. One was my fault. 8 accidents, dude. I'm sitting there going like, what am I doing? Am I doing something wrong here? And then all of a sudden I get rid of that car. I've been rear-ended once in my Nissan Frontier, and it just destroyed the car that did it, and it, pushed my bumper in a little bit. That's it. Ever since I got rid of that car, that's it.
I've been rear-ended about 5 times in fast food drive-thrus.
I'm almost
started to piss me off just because I have to get out and go just give a thumbs up, like, oh, we're all good, and then I pull out. But
Well, me and my daddy was lucky, and the one got hurt. Right? And we both come driving back from a camping trip, and we both fell asleep. I was the passenger; he was the driver. We both fell asleep at the wheel. And boom. You lucky no one got hurt. We didn't get hurt.
One time I went to the Everett Mall with my buddy's uncle. And on the way back, he came to pick us up and he was drunk. And so we're in stop and go traffic on I-5 from Marysville to Everett. And he's like passing out. And we're like, I can't say his name because this guy was so messed up. He was in the Navy. And they called him by a racial slur in the Navy. So therefore he wanted everybody else to refer to him as that term. Right. And I was always like, John, hey, and he would get mad at me because I called him John. Right. Because I'm like, I'm not trying to use those words, bro. And so we're like, John, wake up. And he's like, huh? Slam on the brakes. Like, this is how we got back from the Everett Mall that day. And I'm telling you, it's like a 30 to 45 minute drive in bumper to bumper traffic. And it was all like, oh my God, just let one of us drive, dude. No, I got this. It was bad. That guy was horrible. Shout out to John.
Yeah, I had a boss that would fall asleep at the road too. And he was he wasn't like my boss for too long. I worked for him a couple times, but he was driving home a trailer and you could drive behind him and you could see him going over a little bit. So your job would be to flicker your lights to try to, wake him up. Right. Well, there's only so much you can do to keep the guy out of the lane, going into the shoulder. But, falling asleep at the road is not cool at all. It's not cool. No. And it's not fun when you're traveling like that either. It's, it happens. Yeah. I've had to carpool a lot, and sometimes, you got to let somebody else drive. You have to.
Dude, I was headed home from Ellensburg one night at like 3 a.m. and I thought I was going to fall asleep. I don't even smoke cigarettes. I went and bought a pack of cigarettes and like 3 Red Bulls. And I was just chain smoking just to stay awake on the drive home.
Okay. Brian, you say you had a naked person.
Yeah, I had a naked. I had a naked experience.
My brother Kevin.
I've eaten at that I've eaten at that restaurant. Haven't you, Joe?
Yeah. Did you watch the end?
Oh yeah. He gets in a slapping fight with her, and then some dude comes up like, "Oh, I've had enough." He's teeing off on her. Boom! Rails him. Dude's trying to figure out what his name is.
That's why I work every day, dude.
Did she give him did the cop give that man a taser?
Sorry, everybody. Joe had sent me and Ryan a video, and I haven't got to watch it yet either. But I guess there's something exciting happened in Seattle. So
hey, the restaurant that they're in front of, Bryant, if you ever go, that's like the restaurant where they throw the whole pot of like crab legs and shrimp, and all out on the table, and you just sit there and eat it on the thing. So that's the place to go, but not during the day when. Bro,
Korey, what were you saying, man? You were saying you had a naked incident.
Well, my brother did. He said he was walking down the street in Berkeley, California. I know Jon Jay. Y'all know what that is, Jon Jay?
I'm sure we know what Berkeley is.
Yeah, Berkeley. They have a kite festival.
Yeah.
I got my eyes checked at UC Berkeley.
Okay. He was walking up the street, and he was with some two girls in front of him, and they kept on turning around laughing, and he thought they was laughing at him. He was like, so he said, "Excuse me, why y'all laughing at me?" They said, "We're not laughing at you. We're laughing at the guy behind you." And he turned around and see this naked man and walking up right behind him. He's like, "Oh shit!" He started booking. He's like, "Oh my god."
Well, if you don't have sense enough to have clothes on, I don't really trust you to be near me. You know what I'm saying?
And it's never really anybody you want to look at that don't have clothes on. I'll tell you that much.
And why is it that, right? Why? I mean, like, it's like they're comfortable with their skin, but we're not, right? I mean, like,
usually drugs have a factor in it.
Yes.
Usually.
Which I'm sure that guy was probably on some mushrooms. I could see that.
Probably like bath salts, but yeah.
I don't know. You never know. He could have been in one of those nice apartments, getting down, deciding to do a little bit more than a micro dose, finding his vision. You know what I mean? Why does he need to be restricted by clothes? Like he's in a higher plane of existence.
That was the second day in a row he showed up at that particular establishment.
That was the second day in a row, huh?
Yeah, that's the thing about Seattle is they kind of they arrest the homeless and then they just
it's catch and release, yeah.
Yeah,
Say
they
no to crack.
put them right back out there. So
I remember one time I got chased.
We're not all talking 49ers people, so if you're just catching us right now, we're just having fun. But did you guys know that Chuck Norris stands faster than anyone can run?
Dude, I'm telling you, Chuck Norris is not
Chuck Norris, he stands faster than anyone can run.
I like Jackie Chan.
Oh man.
Well, if you got Jackie Chan joke, let's hear it. But I got like 100 and something Chuck Norris jokes. I'm gonna keep bringing them.
Jackie Chan's so good they don't have to make jokes about him. His work speaks for itself.
Oh no, it's a Rams card. Why? No.
It's Jim Everett.
Is that Jim Everett?
No. Nice on the pop in here and
Bryant
say
got a couple Jim Everett sent to him.
Oh yeah,
he's the great.
Nice on the pop in and say
great.
1994 VHS tapes.
Dude,
we
that
just
one-
need to make sure. We just need to make sure when the real Jim Everett shows up, that we've got one of them cards just to trash right in front of him. You can't make sure. Don't do it with the fake one around. We don't want to waste our card. You know what I'm saying? So David McNiner, you're usually always one in the chat. If you see that happen, You let me know if it's the real one, okay? You let me know.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Y'all want to hear something else crazy?
Yep.
Yeah, Corey.
Mhm.
My daddy, he worked for a group home where they had kids that don't have family. They got put out their homes. They stay in the group home. So one time he brought these two kids to our house and we went to the beach. And we was walking along and we saw this man and a woman over there having sex under this towel. And one of the kids said, "Oh, watch this. I want to see something crazy. I'm going to run over there and jump under the covers with him." And we like, he did. He ran over there and jumped over the covers, under the covers with them. But do you think the people stopped having sex because he jumped under the cover with them? And kept on going. They looked at him and they just kept on going. Like F you, go.
More the merrier.
Like he was a dog in the room. I remember one time I got a cold nose in my ass. That was the last time that happened. Sophie, get down.
Oh, you know what? I saw one time. We was I ride the yellow bus. I know, go ahead and make y'all jokes. But I rode the yellow bus.
What's funny
And,
about riding a yellow bus?
you know, if kids used to get teased if you rode a yellow bus. Because they say, "Oh, you special. You special."
Well, that's a short bus.
Yeah.
All buses are yellow when it comes to school, though.
Yeah. But,
yeah, but I know what Corey's saying. The little yellow bus. Oh, you're on the little yellow bus.
And so we were riding down the street, and we were looking out our window at this car and this man and this woman. And every red light they stopped at, they stopped and had sex. We up there like this. They got the window like this. The bus driver, we had a cool bus driver. She was like, "Oh, yeah." So she kept on driving with him. You know,
Okay.
she should.
No.
Stop. Hey, shout out bus drivers. Shout out bus drivers, right? My grandmother, right? She was the first female bus driver in the state of Indiana. Yep. Yep. And then in Ohio, my she was the first female student bus driver, I believe. She was in the state of Indiana. And they were also the first family to have a microwave in the city of Elkhart. And in Ohio, I have a grandfather that ran for mayor, and he was mayor for 20 years, over 20 years. So,
I remember my bus driver ran over a stop sign when she was backing up. Nothing happened. Teflon Don, bro. Can't mess with her. She ran things.
Another story. Me and my cousin sitting on his balcony, his house, and we up on like a hill, like this. So the neighbors down low, and we have binoculars, and we was just out. We was just joking. He tried to make a joke, like, "Ooh, I see a naked woman." Where? And we looked. We said, "Oh yeah, look at that woman." He like, "What y'all talking about?" I was just joking, but there was a naked woman, making up her bed, shaking in front of the window. We was all, "Woo!"
Like Seinfeld.
Yep.
Yeah, like Seinfeld.
Yeah, we were looking at her. We like, I think she know we up here and looking at her, because look at her, just kept on coming to that window like that.
Miss Parker. Good Lord, Miss Parker.
The man came in the joint.
Let's pray. Let's pray. He was only praying. I promise.
Then
He was
the man
only
came
praying.
in.
Mm.
Hey, so I just found
And the
out Chuck
man
Norris.
came in and we like,
Oh God.
Sorry, Corey. Go ahead.
He said, "Oh, God."
Continue, Corey.
Go ahead, Corey.
Yeah, Corey, go ahead and continue. Bryant lost control of his own show.
I no, I just said man walked in. When he walked in, we stopped looking. We like, oh shit, we don't want to see a naked man. The naked woman was fine, but not the naked man.
So I got a story to tell. So I worked at this park in nearby the Cow Palace. For those who have ever been to the Bay Area, and there are these like old disgusting bathrooms that are falling apart underneath baseball bleachers. And this dude, like, you know, like he looks so like suspicious. Like, I don't know what he's doing, and my job is to make sure we don't get anyone suspicious walking in, because, you know, we deal with kids, you know, families, organizations.
Oh, shit.
And he saw me, and he basically left the complex. Then I'm doing my rounds at 8:30 at night. 8:30 at night. And I was the only person who worked there because nobody wanted to work there. People were afraid to work there because, you know, it was a sketchy area. And I see a high school girls team like running at my direction, and I'm like, what's going on? And I said, well, first of all, why are these girls out here way at night? And they're telling me this weird dude was, you know, like groping them and, you know, doing things, you know, very messed up. So the coach, you know, he was this like father, like this. I don't want to sound like an asshole, but he was kind of like one of these Richie fathers who, like, you know, felt entitled. And he's like, I want to talk to your boss. You know, these girls were, you know, assaulted. So I said, just show me, you know, what's going on. I work here. And it was that same dude. And he had a knife. This time he had a knife. And he was following the guy. I found you. You ain't going to snitch at me. So I had to take care of that situation for real. And my job description is not to deal with a crazy, mentally ill man with a knife. So I tell him, get out of the park, go to my office, and I'm trying to deal with this dude. And he's coming at me very slowly. I don't think he wanted to hurt me. So I had to do what I had to do. I grabbed his arm with the blade, pulled him to the ground, bent his wrist, pulled the knife out. I tossed it as far as I could. And I said, it's time for you to leave. I do not want to hurt you. He got up and ran away. I had to call the cops. I had to write a report. And, you know, it was a scary situation that I tell people never, ever do. But, you know, sometimes, you know, you're just like the only person there. You don't know what to do. And that was like one of the few times in my life I had to confront something like that. And, you know, I tell myself I should not have done that, but my adrenaline was so high, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's cool that you're able to step up, you know, and remain calm. Sometimes when situations happen, people, they start thinking about just themselves and not about, you know, everything. And you're able to maintain, you know, a sense of where you were able to still function. You know, that reminds me of like the boogeyman, and it really does, because, you know, like sometimes things are scary, right? But like with the
Bro,
boogeyman, you guys know who the
that movie
boogeyman is,
got
right?
me shook for years.
Boogeyman?
Yeah, the
Oh
boogeyman. You know, he you know, comes out of kids' closets and hides
no,
in
there was a
beds and
movie.
stuff.
Yep.
There was a movie my
Yeah.
mom made me watch, and it had me like upset forever. And then one year she's like, "Honey, you need to watch this movie." And it's like, "What is it?" And she's like, "It's Mr. Boogie." And I'm like, watching it. She's like, "No, honey, I think you need to watch it." I sat down and I laughed my ass off.
So when the boogeyman goes to sleep every night, he checks his closet for Chuck Norris.
For Chuck Norris, yeah.
Wow. Ryan just keeps telling Chuck Norris jokes.
Hey,
But
Chuck Norris does
I
not
had
hunt.
to take. I had to take.
Real quick.
I had to take the sleeves out of kid head. because he was chasing the girl. He got kicked out. He got spit out of school. Couldn't go home, so he came to our program. And he told me I need to go get my backpack. I left my backpack in class, so I walked him to the classroom to get his backpack. All of a sudden, he go grab his scissors and he started chasing this girl. And I told the girl, "Run towards me. Come towards me. Come on, come on." And she came run towards me. And when the boy got there, I grabbed him by the wrist. He came. I snatched him by the wrist, and I squeezed the wrist and said, "Drop it now." He looked at me. I said, "Drop it now." He finally dropped the scissors, and I said, "Okay, you know what? I'll never take you anywhere to go. You forget your bag, your backpack staying there. You get suspended though. The school not suspending you. The YMCA is gonna suspend you for this."
Mm-hmm.
As you put this child in danger, you put me in danger, you put yourself in danger. I could have broke your wrist.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't had to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
But do y'all know who? I'm still y'all don't know no Robinson. He visited the Niners. A defensive lineman named Robinson. He visited the Niners. They say today or yesterday.
Bryant, this is your show. What do you want to do next? We can do a pack. We can do hot takes. We can do Batman. We can do.
Well, don't get me started on Batman because I can go for a long time with that. I don't know how much you guys want to hear about Batman, but
What do you call a well-balanced horse?
I do know Chuck Norris can tie his shoes.
What do you call a well-balanced horse?
Chuck Norris. No.
Stable.
A stable, yeah, a stable.
Stable.
But yeah, Joe, if you want to open a pack, that'd be cool. But yeah, I just think that's really neat. I mean, like Chuck Norris can tie his shoes.
Where do polar bears keep their money?
Ryan, damn it. He's trying to tell the joke.
Where do polar bears keep their money? In the ice? I don't know.
In a snowbank.
That's a good one. In a snowbank.
How do you make an egg roll?
Eggs.
Eggs.
You push it.
It only takes 20 minutes for Chuck Norris to watch 60 Minutes.
What would bears be without bees?
Beers.
Ears.
Oh, yeah.
What do you
Norris
call
is the only man who can fight himself and win.
What do you call a pile of cats?
Oh,
Meow.
A meowton.
Meowton.
I was going to say dead, but.
Why do cows wear bells? Fuck.
Do they smell now?
Because their horns don't work.
the flu gets Chuck Norris a shot every year.
Himself.
Yep. He can also start a fire with an ice cube.
The only man that can do that is Rambo, Jon Jay. So. Kill a man.
Why did the bicycle fall over?
They had no stand.
It was too tired.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, Tony asked a good question.
Oh,
Tony.
If you can
Meet one player.
meet your favorite player, who would it be? Pass or current?
Ronnie Lott.
Steve Young.
Jerry Rice.
Brian Young, Of course, I'm biased.
I was this close to meeting him. So I still feel like I got a good chance.
Let's see, like the closest I've ever been to Brian Young was when my best friend's father, who was a security guard, let us in during the warm-ups, and Brian Young, I think it was like in 2005 or 6. He was in midfield. He was wearing like sweatpants, like warm-up, not his jersey, and he was talking to an official, and I was like, on the the out of bounds line of the touchdown, and then after I saw him, he walked back into the dugout. That was the closest I ever been to any football player.
Can I give a shout out real quick?
Yeah.
Just want to say, excuse me. I just want to say R.I.P. to Boiling Water. You'll be missed.
You're a dick. All right. We really thought someone passed away.
I don't get
Oh,
it.
shit. You'll be
Boiling water
missed.
keeps the
Steam. Missed. R.I.P. to Boiling Water. You'll be missed. It's like missed is
Rest
like
in
you're
peace,
not coming
Boiling
back.
Water. You'll be missed.
Tony,
Missed.
who do you mean meet or like hang out with?
Who
'Cause
would
that's
Joe
two
meet?
different things. Like,
So
who would I
Who,
meet?
who does Joe want to meet?
I know, like,
Who do you want to have a
Steve
beer with,
and
Joe?
Connor wanna meet.
your Seahawks team, what player do you want to meet?
Do I get to hang out with them or just meet them is the question though.
Whatever, meet them, hang out, whatever.
So any NFL player, past or present, just to meet them so I could take a picture with OJ Simpson and survive, I thought that would be badass. Because a lot of people that they take pictures with OJ, they don't make it. But I'd hang out with John Riggins. You guys remember him, the fullback of the Redskins back in the day? He'd take his offensive linemen, drink beers in the equipment shed after practice.
Hmm.
Okay,
You guys
David McNiner. Oh.
Yo,
Yeah,
Tony wants to know who you hang out with in a meet.
From the 49ers, past or present.
who would I like to meet? Oh, Ronnie Lott.
all right. We got two Ronnie Lots.
Who, Ronnie?
Yeah, buddy.
I said Steve. Nathan Z said Steve Young too. So we got two Steve Youngs, two Ronnie Lots. Korey said Jerry Rice. Jon Jay said Bryant Young, my favorite. And
Oh, shit.
Bryant Young and Steve Young are probably my favorite players all time.
Yep.
Can y'all guess what Rams player that I went to school with? He went to Pinogy High. That's where I went to school with him. But then he went to Kennedy High, and then he went to what college? UCLA. I think it was UCLA. And then he got drafted to the Rams.
Eric Dickerson.
Nope.
I was
Oh,
like close.
Huh?
there's breaking news.
No.
They found King David's temple and where it was located, beside his ear.
Okay, and he played defensive. He played on the defensive side of the field.
Defensive tackle.
Yeah,
What year did you graduate?
I graduated '89.
What did one wall say to another?
Did you play defensive line, linebacker?
He played defensive line. He's a nose tackle for the Rams.
I don't know the Rams players that well. I wish I could guess, but I can't even give you a good guess.
The only one I could say is Grant Wistrom, but he went to Nebraska. So I don't know.
I was
Who is it?
gonna guess Jim Everett, but then he said defensive line.
I know I worked out with guys that went to college. I don't know if they ever went into the NFL. I know we had some guys that from my high school that went out, like the Palcoas, Jeff and Shane Palcoa. one of the teacher's son was an offensive lineman for the Falcons. So I knew we had some guys that came through our school that went and played the pros, but I don't know.
Who was it, Korey?
DeMarco Farr, number 75.
I don't know.
Oh wow.
David 90, you remember him?
Yeah, he wasn't the biggest, wasn't you know, like incredibly fast, but he was just good.
Yeah. I went to school with him. We used to play.
I believe he still lives at that ranch in Montana. Tony?
Yeah, real quick, Korey. Tony was saying that she'd like to meet Frank Gore, but then she also like to eat Eddie D. Eddie D, the goalpost from the catch, he actually took a candlestick and he put it on his ranch. So a lot of times when he has big functions and stuff like that, you know, sure the
part of Dwight Clark's ashes are buried right next to the goalpost where the catch would have been made if that was the end zone.
Yeah. And another really cool thing about the catch, if you guys have gotten a chance to read Letters of 87, I have the book over here so I can actually really read the correct title to you. But there was a really cool letter that was sent to Dwight Clark and when they were making this book. And there was a family, because when Candlestick happened and the catch, everybody just went crazy, jumped over the field. And
like talking about the grass.
Nobody paid attention to everybody who was doing things, but there was a fan who started cutting out a section of the grass. And I don't know if it was this big or how big, but he put it in his freezer. And that was in the freezer for like 30 something years. And when Dwight Clark was getting ready to pass away, prior to him passing, when they found out he was ill, that family sent just a piece of the field to him. And Clark said when he passes away, he wants that to be passed along with him. So Dwight Clark passed away and was cremated with the candlestick filled with him. I believe it was cremated.
That's how to go out, baby.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, like, you imagine, because like, I don't know about you, Joe, but like for like the Niners and the other panel members here, when we hear about it, because we're all different ages, but when we hear about the Niners first winning their Super Bowl, San Francisco wasn't the prettiest place. It had a lot of gloomy clouds, politics or whatever. But there's a lot of different politicians that came out too, and they give their own little spiel about it. But San Francisco wasn't the nicest place. And they said when the Niners won the championship, it kind of turned everything around. It made everybody start like feeling good about, being in San Francisco and having their head up. And I mean, like, hey, we're champions, we're world champions. And then it happened 5 times. So after that, people really got like really highly of it. And, it always started from somewhere. So a lot of people can go back and say, I was here, I was there when that moment happened. And like, I wasn't born in 82, but I can tell you where I was at when I was seeing the Niners Super Bowl in 94. I remember exactly where I was at. So, everybody has those stories, but if you have anything like that, if you know anything, I know the Seahawks have been to a couple Super Bowls, and you're a little younger than us too, but did it do anything for Seattle and I know that's kind of a silly question, but what did it do for Seattle when you won the Super Bowl?
There was a lot of bandwagon fans that kind of pissed me off. I don't like when everybody kind of hops on the bandwagon when we're really good. It irritates me. But one thing I will tell you, what was the coolest thing I've ever been to was our Super Bowl parade in my life. And I was 16 when we won the Super Bowl. So, a bunch of us skipped school. I took my little sister with me, and we all went down to the parade. There was well over 1 million people. I mean, you couldn't walk the streets. It was awesome. Muted, Ryan.
So that's my dream there is like if the Niners win the Super Bowl, if they win the Super Bowl, when they win the Super Bowl, I'm going to the parade. I missed out on the Giants parade, the San Francisco Giants parade. And I'm like, if they get it there again, I'm going to try it. I didn't have a car that was running properly. I couldn't take time off of work. There's all these intangibles. I'm not the biggest Warrior fan. I'd like to go to the Warriors parade, but it's not going to mean the same team. It's not going to mean the same thing as like the 49ers or even the Giants.
Mhm.
I like the Niners. I like the Giants, but the Niners are my team. So
What's up, Brian?
Oh, I just figured out why I wasn't talking. Now I can't remember what I was going to say.
Mm.
They
So do you guys
probably
know?
beat you.
Did you know Chuck Norris is the only man to ever defeat a brick wall in a game of tennis?
I'd still beat him at pickleball.
Yo, Brian, seriously though, if the Niners do win a Super Bowl, you guys need to make it down there because if it's anything like the one in Seattle,
Now I remember. You guys had a huge turnout, and it was like way better than any LA Rams team could ever do.
Yeah.
no, I mean legit, yeah, you saw their parade and it was
Oh
like,
my god!
because
Like I was clowning on them because I was like, these Seahawks fans, they stopped everything in the city. Literally everything shut down. Like
Yeah.
like stuff wasn't really even going on. People weren't even going into work. Even if they didn't go down to the city, they stayed home and watched it on TV and just sat there and drank at home. It was like everybody knew that nobody was coming into work that next day because it didn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, it was crazy. So everybody, I was in high school at the time when we won. Like I said, I was 16, and all of our absences were excused. The whole school, everybody's absence was excused, no matter what you're doing. So we go down there, and I just remember the float passing by. Right, Marshawn's got a bottle of Fireball. He starts chugging that Fireball right in front of us. That's when he started just chugging this bottle of Fireball that somebody threw up to him. I mean, it's not like, anybody could have threw that to him. He just opens it, starts drinking the Fireball, and then like throwing Skittles everywhere. I'm sure he did it the whole time though. But yeah,
Wouldn't
it was
you?
just something else. I mean, it was so awesome.
And I'm sure your players would have cared if, some lady had fallen off a stage or something
I was
like
gonna
that.
bring that up. Yeah, our quarterback wouldn't have like just turned his back and been like, "Oh shit, that sucks."
What I would like to be,
she's still alive. I'm not going to.
what I would be interested in is seeing like what the Rams Super Bowl looked like in St. Louis, their parade compared to the LA parade.
Oh, probably 10 times more.
Oh yeah,
I
like
bet you.
yeah, like that part of the country, they love their football way more than out here in the West. Like that,
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
because
I still don't understand why they moved.
like even when Alabama and Georgia wins, like those cities take the entire day off. Kids don't have to go to school. That's just how
That's
they are
Southern
down there.
college football, though. And let's be honest, have you guys ever met so many Chiefs fans until Mahomes came there? That's stupid. I got Chiefs fans in Seattle that are like, "Oh yeah, man, I'm a Chiefs fan." What are you talking about, dude? It's like they all quit being Patriots fans.
Yes. You're totally right on that.
Yeah, it kills me.
I remember I was working and there was this kid who his family was 49er fans, but for whatever the reason, he wanted a Patrick Mahomes jersey so badly. So he went back to school and he was taunting the 49ers, all the kids who had, all Bay Area gear. Check out my Patrick Mahomes jersey. Oh yeah, Patrick Mahomes beat the 49ers. That little kid was like, oh my gosh, he had a big mouth. But then he saw me and he took it off. I don't know why. He's like, oh, hey, Jon Jay, my mom bought me this jersey. Do you like it? And I'm not gonna be mean to a kid. I said, yeah, that's a nice jersey. And then he put it back on. Can I go back and tease the other kids? I said, all right, now you cannot do that. Oh man, some kids are a little like big mouse, but I know why, because little kids they just want to be who they are.
So Korey, how many times have you been to like the Oakland Coliseum? Have you seen a Niner Raider game there?
No, I'm too afraid to go back in there time to Oakland.
I've been,
yeah, because not just the Raiders fans. It was just Oakland right there. You had gangs there. If you didn't know somebody, you could be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's lucky, like, a group of my friends went there and they came out and a bunch of older boys came up to them and they was like, "What's up? What's up?" And then they like, and they knew somebody that was bigger than them that was their leader of the gang. They said his name. They had to back off. If you didn't know somebody like that,
Mm-hmm.
you could be in trouble.
True, 100%.
So
Yeah, I've been to
what's
a
going on
Raiders.
there?
I've been to a Raiders Broncos game because again, my best friend who's like sort of like my brother because we grew up together, and the Broncos fans and Raider fans they hate each other, and of course you're already in Oakland, so it's not even the ball has not even been kicked off, and like 13 people in our sections were already arrested. It's crazy out there. That's why I know Mr. YTC talks about no and oh man, it's not fun. It's not fun.
I don't go to Raiders games. I don't.
It's not fun.
No.
Also, like have you guys heard of Pier 39?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so one day I'm at Pier 39. Basically, like if you ever don't go to Pier 39, it's basically like it's right next to the water, and people go see the seals, and everything's like overpriced. So they were showing a Broncos versus Chargers game, and there were some Raider fans, and just out of nowhere, these Raider fans just went up to the dude, picked him up from the seat, slammed him down, and just started wailing on him. And then they didn't know that there was like a few other people, and there was a commotion. Both those fan base hate each other for whatever the reason. It was unprovoked, and I think again, like just like every fan base, you have your bad apples. It was just nuts.
It's things like that shouldn't happen. It should be both parties interested in doing something like that, and that's then you can get down. It shouldn't be some guy's just standing there minding his own business, and then you just start mollywopping him for no reason.
That's Raiders fans, dude.
There's no call for that.
Yeah. I never went to. I go to El Cerrito, and I never went to when the El Cerrito Kennedy play together because it's not the team; it was the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Kennedy hate El Cerrito. El Cerrito hate Kennedy, and sometimes you'll get shootings. So it was like
do.
Because even Kennedy ruined. I remember one time we had to play our homecoming game in Pinot because of Kennedy. Because Kennedy did something. Well, they made like they made us look like we did it to their football field. Cut some trees where people died. They planted these trees for where people passed away. So Kennedy's people.
What Kennedy was this? What Kennedy was this at Korey? My dad went to Kennedy in Fremont.
No, this is Kennedy in Richmond.
Okay.
And so it was Kennedy players that did it, but they tried to make it like we did it. El Cerrito did it. So, and so we had to change our home field and make it go to Pinot, play Pinot. And I was a little happy because we got out of school there early that day. But then they ended up finding out there was Kennedy players that did it. Because they found out, they said they spelled Gachos wrong. They spelled some of the players' names wrong. It was like, oh, y'all did it to yourselves.
That's funny that you said they spelled their names wrong because one time me and my wife were hanging out and there was it was at her house. There was a bunch of people over. Her parents were probably having a little barbecue or something. and somebody drew on the wall, and it was spelled Tony, Tony. And the kids were sitting there saying, "Oh, I didn't do it. I didn't do it." Well, everybody's looking at Tony, and Tony's not that kind of kid to begin with. She's a girl, she's not a wild girl. She's well mannered, but her mom piped up and said, "Well, I'm pretty sure if it was Tony, she would have spelt her name right."
Yeah.
Shout out to the kids who can spell. So
Does everybody remember the players they picked?
I picked Jim. No, I picked what? Kelly.
I remember who I picked. Yeah.
You, Korey?
Eric Thomas.
Yeah.
Korey had Jay Rice. David McNiner had Andre Reed. Jon Jay had somebody.
Junior Seau.
Junior Seau. All right.
Hold
Tony,
on.
do you want to get in on this?
I think Nathan or Bebop had.
Yeah, we'll go.
Bebop had Barry Sanders.
Yep.
And Nathan had Dan Marino.
Yeah.
Tell Tony to get in on this before we get the action.
I don't know. Tony be winning everything.
I've heard
Tony
does
be
win a
winning
lot.
everything.
Oh, guys. Find one of 2,500 personally autographed Joe Montana cards.
Oh my God.
It says it on the back. You can't read. My camera sucks, but yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I had Brian Blades. Tony taking Steve Young.
You'd have to keep that one.
No,
You'd have to,
No, I'd have to send it to one of you guys.
bro. That card would be worth way too much just to be handing over, bro. Just.
I got my own stuff. Trust me.
Yeah.
All right, y'all ready?
Yep.
I don't like these ones are a little bit more flimsy than the other ones we did.
Hey, so I didn't collect a whole bunch of cards. Me and my brother, we were collecting Pokemon cards for a short period of time, and then this kid came from school, like his classmate, and he was like, "Oh, looking at the cards," and then the next thing you know, something happened, and then me and my brother were like looking at each other. The kids left, and then we were looking at our cards, and we're like, "Where the hell did our card go?" So they stole one of our cards, right? But after that, and when we were talking to the kids, they were like, "Oh yeah, if you could take the card and hold it up to the light, like an old 20-watt light bulb or 60-watt light bulb, and you can see through it, it's fake." And I was like, "What the hell?" So then I'm like looking at my cards and shit, afterwards and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know which ones are fake. So I guess there's fake Pokemon cards and real Pokemon cards. So my question is there the same thing with baseball cards, or are there like fake tops cards?
There are a lot of fakes and reprints, but usually you'll be able to tell just by like the way they're cut.
Okay.
Also, don't buy wax packs. Like the wax packs cards, unless you buy them from like somebody trustworthy, because they could heat up the wax, pull the cards out, go through them, shove them back in there, seal them back up, and then sell them to you original price with all whoppers in there.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
wow.
I just go to the card shop and rent and just buy shit. First off, we got a Joe Montana Notre Dame card.
Oh wow.
That's a good card.
Oh wow.
Tommy Kane, wide receiver, Seahawks. Reggie White. That's a badass.
Ooh,
Eagles, Reggie
As
White.
an Eagle, yeah. Look at that.
that's a good card.
Roy Green, Cardinals. Everson Walls, Giants. Monty Coleman. Vince Newsom. Oh, man. My boy, Jacob Green. 79. Dude, I didn't even know this. We got a Ron Rivera, Chicago Bears. Now head coach of the Washington football team. Rod Bernstein. Here you are, McNiner. Andre Reed, right there. Got another win.
Congratulations, David.
Oh wow.
Man.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, so just DM me on Twitter or Instagram or whatever you got, and then I'll get them. I'll probably just start sending them Mondays, like when I. Why not?
Oh, Instagram. I haven't looked at that app for a minute.
David, you gotta get.
I'm Hobart's finest.
David, you gotta go on Twitter, man. I found you on Twitter, but I don't know if it's you or somebody else. But I found a couple.
It probably is me, but I didn't like complete the process all the way. Kind of. I got not like most of the way there, and I said, "Do I really want to be a part of this?" You know, it was
like Facebook. It is, and it's like Instagram, but it's what you do on it. So if you don't want to be like negative, you don't have to get in those conversations. If you want to just like be able to click and see like people sharing a show, or like I use it for private messaging sometimes, and but it's up to you. But I've seen it a couple times.
David, what I don't really get a lot of political stuff on my Twitter timeline. I really don't.
Mine's all Seahawks stuff, and since I've been talking to you guys, 49er stuff too. So
yeah, so it's like I don't, and like even when I see it, I'm like, no, I'm not talking about that. they're trashing Trey hella on his hairline.
Yep.
Oh, bro, did you see this?
Yeah, I
yeah,
saw
that's a picture I saw. Was there a different one?
I saw it yesterday, and I'm like,
yeah, I was just looking at it. That's why you asked that question. Why is we all tripping on Trey hairline?
I know. I personally don't care about stupid stuff like that.
Okay, so how many Super Bowls did Terry Bradshaw win with hair?
Terry Bradshaw had his own style of hair. Okay.
Terry Bradshaw still has hair.
Kind of. Yeah.
He just has like this big, like I don't know, like a lake around the top of it, right?
Yeah, just a toilet bowl.
Oh man.
This is a good question.
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters how much hair you got on your head. It's how you carry yourself. So.
Did you hear about Travaris's Ward?
Mm-mm.
His daughter was having open heart surgery today. Everybody send your thoughts.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
Man, that's
what's going on with Michael Irvin? Because everybody's talking about sending prayers for him.
Michael
I
Irvin?
think he's fine. Yeah, it was just some stuff that happened in a hotel room, right? Or a hotel lobby. He said.
Oh. Yeah, somebody tried to like say that like I can't remember what he's accused of, but it's like either sexual harassment or like physical violence.
I think just standard harassment is what they
it was something like that. And somebody was like, somebody caught it on camera. Somebody was there and they caught it on camera, or they had his back, and like he was thrown under, like he had just gotten a picture with somebody, and then he walked away, and this person acted all crazy, and like they tried to like cancel him over it, and like
it worked. He was banned from the Super Bowl media and stuff. I mean, it's kind of bullshit.
Yep. And then vindicated.
What was it? Warren Sapp, right? Warren Sapp got kicked out of the league, not the league, but like announcing and everything because he hired a prostitute, right? Is this the same thing that Michael Irvin did?
No, this is nothing.
So he just harassed some girl or something?
Not even. No. He was like flirty, kind of, but not really.
He was nice.
This the video where he was drunk and then he started asking?
He had a regular interaction with this lady and walked on, and then like she turned around and said he did all this other stuff, and that wasn't the case, and it totally screwed him.
Because I think you're right. I think that's what I'm talking about too. Supposedly he was drunk and then he walked away, but then she claimed that he did all this other stuff and he doesn't remember it because he was drunk. I think that's how it is going.
Oh, I think he remembers what happened. I think he just couldn't prove it. It was her word against him until he found the people who he had just talked to with the
Video.
the picture, the video. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yo,
that's what saved his ass.
Here's a question that PFF posted today. Who's a player you all miss watching every weekend, every week?
Probably Michael Vick or Andre Rison. Andre Rison was a bad mofo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Allstott.
Yeah.
In fact, Michael Allstott with Warwick Dunn, because it was such a beautiful combination.
Mhm.
You had Mike Allstott who was going to come up the middle at you and did not care. And then you had Warwick Dunn who was going to crash you on the outside, and you did not have the speed to catch up with him after you've been just catching Mike Allstott all game long. Like, it was a great offense.
You know what I miss watching?
Who?
Barry Sanders and Deion Sanders.
Barry Sanders,
I'm not a
definitely.
Dion guy. I don't like prime time.
I miss watching
was-
Steve Young. Football to me hasn't been the same since he got hurt. I remember crying after I found out he was retiring. You know, and I mean, that's kind of weird, right? Crying for another man. But I was like, I don't know, 12, 13 years old, 14, 13 years old when I found out he was retiring. He was my hero. And, you know, I knew he wasn't dead, but he just was stepping away from the game. And that really, you know, I had a lot of respect for him too. But, you know, like me and
Well,
being
also the way
me
it
being me,
was,
you know, I was just like, man, I just wanted him to still be able to play.
like they came out and said pretty much like if he gets another concussion, he could die.
Who is
And
that?
like Steve Young, that's how they reported it. They're like, Steve Young's retiring because if he gets another concussion, he'll die, or he's got the chance to die. And that's how it was like. So as a kid, you know what I mean? I remember I wasn't as young as you, but I was still like, ooh, like that sucks. I was like wondering like how affected, like I thought he was, you know, like a vegetable almost, the way, you know, like, because you don't think one more hit like that and you could die without being, you know, like close to being a vegetable. So I was like, you know, I was a little jarred thinking, you know.
So my dad kept messing with me too, and he was saying like, "Yeah, did you see his press conference?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Dad." He's like, "They asked him his name. They said, Steve, do you know what your name is?" "Yeah, Steve. What's your name?" "Huh, Steve." And I was like, "No, Dad, he did not." And then they said, so this is an old joke. I don't know if you guys heard this one or not, but it's really about Aikman. But he said, "Yeah, do you know who your uncle is?" And Steve Young said, "Yeah." He's like, "Who's your uncle?" He's like, "Steve Young." And then he couldn't answer it. But then the same question, the same joke goes to Mike, Aikman. Aikman was getting concussions too. And they said, when they asked him, they said, do you know who your uncle is? And he'd say, Steve Young. So I don't know how that, but my dad was telling me that. And it was like for like several years. And I was like, no, Dad, that's horrible. Steve Young had to retire. And I know my dad's a Raider fan. He gave me a hard time about it. But it was really scary. The way they were saying is if Steve Young got hit one more time, he could be a vegetable. And you look at the guy now and you're like, really? I mean, the guy's really?
Right.
So
They said the same thing with Cam Chancellor, with Cam Chancellor's neck injury, or they thought it was just a stinger at first, and he was going to be back next week, and then he never played again because if he took one more hit the wrong way, I guess he could end up paralyzed from the neck down.
Let's see. Like for me, like I miss Frank Gore. You know, like when he was on the Niners, it was always fun watching him. But one player I really liked, and I think it's because me and my friends, when we would play like backyard football when we were in high school, was Chad Johnson. Because every time we caught a touchdown, we started to do these fun, like touchdown dances, and so we would imitate him every time we would catch the ball. We would do a touchdown dance. So I like Chad Johnson because like the league would find him and he didn't care, and he would do his touchdown dances. So Yep.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I was muted. Ocho Cinco.
Yeah.
Yep. Ocho Cinco.
How about you, David McNiner?
What's the question?
Who's one player you really miss watching every weekend that doesn't play anymore?
Deion Sanders. Hate to say it.
Hey.
Hey, he was with you guys for a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for a year, but then he joined that one team.
Yeah.
Bro, and it took me so long to get over all that, and then he just dropped. He dropped he dropped Jackson State and just decided, I'm gonna go better my. He's looking for a career. He wasn't looking to change things, which I thought he was there to change things, and no, he's just being a selfish prick again. So I'm back. I'm back at not liking Deion again. He could have done so much for HBCUs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and not just that, he could have done so much for everybody in universities. Because if HBCUs are getting all the good football recruits, right? And they're at the top, what are all the other universities going to have to do to get those players? They're going to have to stop having all their, those, the racist fraternity chants, you know what I'm saying, that just get slapped on the wrist. You can't have any of that. You're going to see a lot of things where like everybody's going to have to be treated well. No one's going to get any sort of like special treatment because you can't do anything like that. Because why are any of those good football players going to want to come here if any of that all exists? You know what I mean? They could have changed a lot of things in high school in college, just from building Jackson State and HBCUs up like that and being competitive in a certain way in football program. It could have changed some things.
And they dumped him.
Yeah,
that's what he does. He's done that his whole career, though.
Yep. Selfish bastard.
I miss watching Marshawn every Sunday, dude.
He's good, bro.
Marshawn from Oakland.
It was so crazy.
Rich in Oakland.
It was so crazy because like they had a problem with his attitude in Buffalo, and then like we talked about before, Pete Carroll kind of, he accepts everybody, right? He knows how to get the most out of everybody, but it's like with Marshawn, there'd be a play where he'd be stopped 5 yards in the backfield and he'd somehow gain 2 yards or even get back to the line of scrimmage. And you're like, how does this guy do this? And then let alone not just the big runs, right? But just the runs where you hand the guy the ball and there's a defensive tackle right in his face and somehow the guy doesn't tackle him. I mean, it was fun.
Because he was never willing to take a loss.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You know what I mean? Like he was always trying to be the best man on the field at any point in time because that was his clout.
Like Barry Sanders he'll do his speed thing and he'll spin around and Barry Sanders, Marshawn Lynch is not Barry Sanders.
No.
But just the style that Marshawn Lynch ran with was so fun to watch because he was a bruiser, but he was speedy. Like, people didn't expect him to be that fast.
He had that one leg cut and it was like low. It was strong. You know what I mean? Like,
and I miss seeing there'd be like 6 guys around Marshawn back in the day and he'd just be standing up. I'll send you one. There's this one play against the Eagles in 2011 where you think he's just stopped in a pile, like they almost whistled it dead for forward progress, and then he just pops right out of the middle and runs right into the end zone.
Yeah, because Marshawn Lynch is from that Oakland Tech high school, and then they produce really good athletes. Mm-hmm. I wonder if he would have went to De La Salle, because I think De La Salle has a 169 game win streak. But imagine if he would have went there, how good he would have been in the NFL, because that was a good.
He would have had a commute away. De La Salle is from close to where I grew up, and that's not
De La Salle. If you know anything about California football, De La Salle is like the team. Like they're good enough to play.
Cal Poly,
160.
Yeah, they are the team.
160.
De La Salle and Cal Poly.
See, I know Maurice Jones-Drew went to that school.
Mhm.
So,
Well, Marshawn made it pretty good where he was.
yeah, but
You ever see him when he played for the Raiders?
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden the crowd's going wild.
Yeah, he's dancing on the sideline.
Yeah, he's dancing on the sideline.
That guy,
doing, go
that
stupid.
That guy, yeah.
But that was here. That was him here too. I mean, he didn't like talking to the media, which I thought was kind of I thought was kind of bogus. I really did. I didn't. It was funny. It was funny, but I thought it was kind of bogus. But everybody loved him wherever he goes. Everybody loves him. You know?
Yeah.
How did you feel about the Super Bowl? I'm only here not to get fined.
Oh, it was funny.
You know what my favorite thing is? He had his show, and he had some white dude from the South, some sweetheart of a dude, and he just kept on calling him his N-word over and over and over again. The guy was like, you could tell he was like totally uncomfortable, and it just made me die laughing because it was, you know what I mean? But Marshawn was like, you know, you could tell Marshawn really liked this dude. You know what I mean? You know, Marshawn likes good people, and this dude was a good, honest person. You could tell that. And he's like, okay, you with me and you, we good forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell they're best friends forever.
So, one of my friends, my dad's buddy, my buddy, family friend, we've known him for, I don't know, 20 something years now. He started getting into these bikes called SE bikes. And it's a really fancy bike. They go for like $1,000. They're really cool bikes. You can do all kinds of tricks with them and stuff. So he started selling these bikes, and now
Pedal bikes.
Yeah.
All right.
And he's gotten sponsored by this company. So he's transformed his Volkswagen bus into, you know, like a driving billboard. It says SE on it. Because he's done all these different changes. He used to be Mr. VW. Now he's Mr. SE. Well, he actually has made it. He has a Hot Wheels SE Volkswagen bus. They painted it the same way. And it's really neat. So my dad, my brothers, they all got him a Hot Wheels bus of Mr. Damon's bus, and it says SE. It's checkered. I'll take a picture of it. But the long story short is he builds bikes for people, right? So he built a bike for somebody really famous, and I was lucky enough to hear about it. He actually built Marshawn Lynch a bike. So when Marshawn Lynch was on the Oakland Raiders, you know, living in Oakland, he had reached out to my buddy who built him a SE bike. And I don't know if it's black, and I don't know what color it is. I don't know those details, but yeah, Marshawn Lynch bought a bike from Damon, and I have his phone number. I've never called him, but I have Marshawn Lynch's phone number on my phone. So I'm really excited. I don't want to bother him, but he's the most famous person I have in my phone.
I know we used to drive by his house in Richmond. He had a house that's on the raw water in Point Richmond. You go under the tunnel, go around, and then you drive right by his house. You sometimes see him out there watering in the yard.
I know it probably pissed you guys off, but do you remember that game? I think it was the 2013 game at home here, not the NFC Championship, or maybe it was the 2012 game here at home. But when Russell throws this pass out to the flat and Marshawn Lynch just stands there and nobody's around him, and he just kind of walks into the end zone and looks around like what are you guys doing? Who's around me? That's the Marshawn I like, right? Because he's like, oh, whatever. Just holding the ball right at his side, just looking around. Oh, ain't nobody here.
Yep.
I actually, remember when he supposedly got in trouble with dealing with the kid at his little camp thing?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you don't remember that video? He got in trouble because supposedly he told the kid to get the fuck out of his drill.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. That I got more respect for Marshawn Lynch after that.
I know
because he was, you would think people, maybe growing up in an adverse atmosphere like that, when situations get tough and, you got some lady thinking like she can fucking tell you what to do at your baseball camp, your football camp. And he was so nice about it that I was like, oh, that he's 100%. You know what I'm saying? He's 100% a good dude, because this was his moment to be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? This was his moment.
And like I actually want to piggyback on that. Like I saw that the whole video, and he was telling whoever he was talking to, he says, if this player, if the kid is not participating or whatever they're doing, I'm not going to like slow down and start over for this kid. I have a bunch of other kids that I also have to. So he was explaining to them was, if you're going to be part of this camp and you want your kid to participate, they better participate. I am not a coach who is going to be like, all right, no worries. And yeah, and as a coach, I dealt with all these crazy parents, and I said, I'm not here to baby them. I'm here to help them and compete so they can win games. I'm sorry that I have a very high standard when I coach, and I have a very high standard, and that's how we do it out here. Like, Marshawn Lynch, like he reminds me of me. That's how we talk out here. Like, that's how we like. So if you're gonna be like, talking, we're gonna take you to the side. We're doing that old school. Let's have a conversation. You don't like it?
It was
that's
multiple
okay.
times he was told to get out of the drill because he was in the middle of the drill.
So
you know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, I 100% agree with Marshawn Lynch. He took care of that very well, and he explained it, and he was like, "Hey, you can record me. I don't care. I'm being nice to you. If this is not the place for you, you have a good rest of your day." And then he went back to the camp. The most nicest way to tell a parent,
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch was legit.
Yeah.
He was awesome, dude. Like, he didn't give a fuck about anything besides helping people.
I saw an interview. He was on that what's that that late show, what's his name, with O'Brien?
Conan
O'Brien.
And the guy was asking, can you teach me this lingo? Like, I don't understand. What do you say? And he was, and Marshawn was just talking like he's like, wow, it's all these
he was talking about his chicken. You got to go out and respect the chicken. Everybody's got to make the chicken.
It's ding sauce.
Man.
Yeah, when him and Gronk were playing Mortal Kombat together.
That's the other one.
I'm button mashing, dog. I'm just button mashing.
Oh, man.
And then Conan goes, I am your bitch, Marshawn.
What about when Gronk figures out how to get a brand deal? Oh, is that all you got to do? You just look in the camera and say something good about the company?
Yeah, what was it? It was like,
I can't remember how they did it, but it was amazing.
It was if I remembered it, it was some just generic pill, and then Gronk goes, if it's harder than 4 hours, call a doctor. And he goes, no, it's not that kind of pill, Gronk. Lipitor.
Cialis.
It was Lipitor. He goes, Lipitor, if it's harder than 4 hours, please call a doctor.
He does that one commercial now, right? The military, the retired military commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
shit gets stale.
Also, I think terrible. Conan's is a favorite of Marshawn's grandmother. If I remember correctly, he said that either his mother or his grandmother loved Conan.
Oh, really?
Which I could see that, because if you look at all the late night hosts, which one actually seems like a real person? Conan. Like, he's been treated like crap. He's been through it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a pale white guy with reddish hair. He's an outcast in society. You know what I'm saying? Like, who not to be a champion? You know what I mean?
I like it when Conan's riding around with Kevin Hart and Ice Cube. I don't know if you've seen that. And they get like 40s and they're drinking them in the back of an Uber or something.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's so funny. He's like, now how do I sip my 40? Talking like Conan.
Yeah.
He's a pretty funny dude.
dude, Conan is so awesome, and he's like, he'll just go. Jimmy Fallon's nice and all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's good. Like, he makes any guest comfortable. You know what I mean? No matter what's going on. I just don't like him.
I like Jimmy Fallon, but Conan's funnier. If that makes sense.
I used to like Stephen Colbert when he was on the Colbert Report, and now since he got the Late Show, I'm kind of glad he got the Late Show, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't like it. Jimmy Kimmel. There's times I like Jimmy Kimmel stuff, and then there's other times I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, I like his crowd work on the streets. That he's got some good segments there. You know what I mean? And then, what's his name? Guillermo giving people shot. Guillermo's the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, like when he tries to talk to LeBron at the finals,
or when he's giving people shots of tequila on the red carpet and stuff like. Yeah, bro. Like there's certain aspects of Jimmy Kimmel I like, but it's just I don't know who I'd sit down and watch.
Look at my lovely wife trying to get us back to football since there's not been a Chuck Norris joke dropped for a few minutes, and I need to find one. But
I don't like the Chuck Norris jokes.
So Tony says, "Hey, hot take: Jets, the New York Jets back out of Rodgers' deal. Love named quarterback 1, and Roger warms the bench until retirement."
You know why they can't do that? Because they can't have $50 million a year sitting on the bench.
Yes. Especially with you've got somebody like that on the bench, and Jordan Love is probably not going to be anything close to it.
So
and
do you guys think
the
that
Jets just say yesterday, or not yesterday, but 2 days ago, they were confirming that Aaron Rodgers will be coming to the Jets. Like, there's no way they're not going to get it done. So to me, I think they're just waiting a little bit longer, probably closer to getting it done. They just haven't sealed it because I think they're waiting for after the draft, I think.
And that would benefit the Jets, not the Packers. So I think that's where the standstill goes back and forth.
Well, what if it's after June 1st? That's something you should ask that Jason guy about. There's something about the June 1st deadline to where the dead cap is like $30 million difference if he's traded post June 1st.
We got to, because June 1st is a thing too, because if you trade Kinlaw before June 1st, then you have to eat his whole contract. But if you trade him after that, then you don't have to pay him his extra 2-something mil. You know what I mean?
That's something I'd ask that Jason guy about on Saturday.
Oh yeah, you got him coming on Saturday, don't you?
Yeah, so I'd like to start out with him for a few minutes, have some good questions for him, and then maybe open it up to you guys if you guys want to jump in. You guys are my good guys, my good buddies. So, and if not, then I can, I definitely know I can ask him a bunch of questions. He's a super smart dude. And I think, Ryan, I think he really liked that invitation you give him to your show. I don't think he wants to be there 5 hours, but I definitely think he'll be there for maybe an hour or so with us.
Oh yeah,
dude wants to go on shows. I don't know if he's going to start his own channel, but he definitely likes going on other people's shows. I've been following him. I just keep watching him go to different shows.
Yeah. And the good thing about the Friday night show is if he's got the time, he can just come by. You know what I mean? Like,
don't worry, Bryant. We will be in the comments saying, drop the link, please. We can't find the link.
Yes.
Please drop the link.
Please drop the link.
Just kidding.
I apologize for anybody. Sometimes, if I don't send the link out right away, sometimes I'll send out links to like 4 or 5 people and I'll see who comes in right away. And then if I don't get any feelers, then I'll send them out or I'll drop it in the chat too. But
no, it's the way to go.
It's
the way to go.
I always appreciate all of you guys. Again, if there's something I can do, you just send out the bat signal and I'll try to be there as soon as possible. Tuesdays, I know today's Tuesday. It's a little hard for me because I am a part of my daughter's youth group. And some weeks we have meetings. It's almost like every other week. So I need to try to stick to that. Happy Dad. happy daughter, happy dad, right?
Mhm.
So
That's not the term at all.
no, it's happy wife, happy life. But
Yeah.
if your daughter's happy, then your mama's happy. If mama's happy, dad can be happy, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's full circle. But yeah, I don't know what else you guys got. I mean, it's almost been 2.5 hours. If you guys want to go round robin, we can go a little longer, or we can just say what we're doing the rest of the week. I think you and Joe, Ryan, you and Joe got a show coming, don't you?
Yes, but Joe and I have a show tomorrow. I also have a show on the East Coast Red and Gold podcast. It's Jess's birthday, so that starts at 5, and I'll be there. And then I believe this week it's Thursday. It's me and Raj on my channel, and then back for the Friday night call-in show. So make sure you hit that like button and the subscribe and hit the notification button.
What you got going on, John?
And see, tomorrow I'm doing another mock draft episode, probably like at 1 my time, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then I might do a hangout for Friday on my channel. So I'm gonna think about that, because I know you have your hangout show on Fridays. So, and I might do something special on Saturday. I basically could like take it one day at a time, because I don't do no more daily shows anymore. So, but for sure tomorrow I am doing a mock draft, 2.0. I'm gonna do like a trade, like a hypothetical trade situation.
Have some fun with it.
So that's what I'm gonna do. And then starting on next Monday, I'm back. If anyone saw my community post, if anybody wants to collaborate and create a weekly podcast on my channel, because I want to take the 49ers Ultimate Report and create like a little promotion, like help you grow your channel, like I did with Shifty. He's up to like 2.4 subscribers. So I want to continue to do that, help more people grow. So that's what my direction is. So on the 17th, if anybody wants, hit me up on Instagram, or if you know anyone that you guys know, you can just give them my information. I'm trying to get like 3 people, like 3 weekly podcasts with people. I might do something with a Payo time. And I just remembered I got to reach out to the Vikings lady, Jade. So me and her, because like she's been asking me to do like a Niners Vikings thing, like, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So it's going to be like basically like just talking to people, having fun, doing podcasts. So that's the direction that I'm going, because I'm going back to what I used to do, because like just pushing myself to be somebody I'm not, that really stressed me out. So I just want to have fun on this channel. So that's what's going on my channel.
Awesome. That I'm looking forward to seeing that, because you do usually do collabs with other channels, and one thing, like kind of what Joe wants to do and has kind of been doing, you get to interact with other teams, which is kind of really cool. And you've been doing it for a while now, with just different teams, and it's all over. So I think that's really something really neat that your channel does, and you've been doing. And it's good to see you back. Mr. Korey, how are you doing? Do you want to tell everybody? I know you told everybody earlier how you're doing, and do you want to give anybody an update? I know Steve-O was asking, and then if you don't mind, I'll tell everybody what we're kind of doing on Thursday.
Well, Bryant, I'm thinking we'll come back and do Thursday.
All right.
Sorry, I want to.
No, you're fine.
Brian's pissed.
No. Really quickly, if anybody's listening, I was asking Korey if he just wanted me to continue the trivia for Thursday night. If he wasn't feeling good, I'm not taking it from Korey. Korey does the trivia, and he does a great job at it. I just wanted to continue, because we all seem to have fun doing it. But if you're doing it, Korey, I'll be there. I'll be there on your panel listening, and hopefully I'll be getting better scores this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it Thursday. So I know I said I was gonna take a week off, but hey, kind of feeling good here. So
Can't keep that man
Korey.
down. Cannot keep him down for long.
Yeah, Korey's back. I'm so happy. I was scared. Now he's back.
So I'm gonna
Raise
do
the
this
roof.
Thursday.
Yep. Thursday,
Korey.
Korey.
Do you need me to write down the scores or anything?
Oh, no, I got it. I already got it all set up.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hey,
Bryant.
Korey, I was thinking, you got talk to text on your phone?
Talk to. Yeah, I believe so.
So sign into your StreamYard on your phone, and then you could do talk to text for all your banners. Just a thought, because then you don't have to be doing all that other stuff, and you read it and speak it at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but now you know what? Sometimes talk to text on your phone, they still can sometimes get the words wrong. Because sometimes I ask my phone something, and it goes to something else. And I don't know. I don't like doing a StreamYard on my phone.
No, I wasn't saying do the StreamYard on your phone. I was just saying you could go into StreamYard on then, and then you could do your banners. Like, let's say you wanted to write down all the questions. You know what I mean? You could just speak the questions with the talk to text into the banner section, save it, and then when you go to do your show later on that day, you can have that banner already set up with that question, and then just click it, and it'll go at the bottom of the screen.
I have to see how it does, because like I said, when I used just to talk it to my phone to tell it to do something, it still sometimes because it don't understand what I'm saying. And this is in the books, there's a lot of reading, so it's a lot of words. And I don't want her to get frustrated because he's not typing what I'm saying.
Yeah, and it's just thoughts because like sometimes I know we're horsing around a little bit, and we'll ask questions, and like sometimes too, like we'll go. We got to try to keep it football during the trivia game. Baseball talk and stuff like that is not it's not too bad, but we got to stay football talk. And I know sometimes you'll be reading the question and we start talking, and that's why like if you could put it in a banner, that'd be kind of cool. But then we just all need to slow down a little bit and listen to you. It's your show. We got to slow down.
You see, I said to David Cronin, I said, he tried to talk baseball, and I said, excuse me.
We heard you.
Let's keep it football.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's a football show, it's a football show. If it's a hangout show, it's a hangout show. If we're telling dad jokes and Chuck Norris jokes, we're telling dad joke and Chuck Norris jokes.
Yeah.
Talking naked people.
Talking naked people. We're gonna have to make that a clip. Talking naked. So now I appreciate you, Korey. And yeah, if you need help, just let me know. Reach out to me, or Joe, John, David's here. Ryan. I don't know how much how hard it'd be to ask Ryan. I think Ryan's pretty willing.
Yeah.
So you got a good group of guys around, and everybody's glad you're doing good. So something changes, just let everybody know, and I'll keep everybody in the loop too. But guys, I think with that, it's probably a good time to end the show, and appreciate everybody coming and watching, having fun. And David McNiner, I know you got a Chuck Norris joke if you're still around. It's one of my favorite Chuck Norris jokes. I'm gonna give him a second.
Hey, what are we doing for the draft?
That's what, the 26th, 27th?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 3 days.
Yeah. Round one, I think it'd be cool if we could all do that thing where we all stream to our own channel, but we're on the panel. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. We could try to do that.
Yeah, because I think I found out how to do it. How I can take my StreamYard and sync everybody's channel together. You know, if you guys want to make that easy.
Yeah, I do that with Levi every Monday.
Okay.
We just stream to his channel too at the
Mhm.
same time.
Yep.
Well, that'd be a lot of fun. So let's we'll have to private talk and get together on that.
Mhm.
But let's hope and cross our fingers. Hopefully something comes out. We got some Niner talk here real soon. And if you guys didn't hear, check out Joe and Ryan's show, and definitely go out over there and check out East Coast Red and Gold tomorrow. It's going to be Jess's birthday. Make it pop. That chat's always fire, and she's a real good girl, and super faithful. If you guys don't know Jess, definitely go check her out. She's on Instagram and has a great show, and gonna have a lot of good people on tomorrow too. So that's gonna be a really good show.
Yep.
But with that, guys, I say thank you again for coming, and have a good night, everybody. And go Niners.
Go Niners.
Bucks.
Go Niners.
Thank you, Bryant.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Don't forget
Go
to sign off,
Niners.
Bryant.
Later, guys.
All right.
Peace.
FLMs.
Later,
All right,
guys.
guys.
Yes.